It's not.
I don't care if it's the past. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And none but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants to smoke today?
Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Hometown Thursday.
And how you doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Hey, look, we got Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Hero Thursday, hosted by your boy, Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Hey, look, Benjamin, we got guests. We got guests in the building. We got Emmit James in the building. And we got Curtis Crump in the building. And I got my guy, Godzilla, hanging out with me all day. Godzilla be hanging out with me all day. His birthday coming up. He has a big birthday bash we're going to talk about later on in the show. And we got other guests that's popping through. So I'm going to need y'all out there in Radio Land to open up your ears, okay? What's going on, Benjamin?
Hey, y'all know what it is, Truth Nation. It is Hometown Heroes. And that's what I bring around, heroes of all capes, right? You guys got all types of different superpowers, right? Whether it's musical compositions that they put together, whether it's instruments that they play, whether they even whip up their own barbecue sauce. All right?
What?
Yes.
Barbecue sauce?
So without further ado, Truth Nation, please welcome Curtis Crump and Emmit James.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We doing good. We doing all right. Good. Thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, Emmit, I want to start off with you, right? Emmit, I've been seeing a lot of I've been seeing you circulate around Milwaukee. I want to say honestly for the past year now. But throughout your recent, I'd say like a commercial you put together that I'm actually a big fan of because I love Tyler the Creator. All right. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. How did you begin your journey in hip hop?
So February 5th, 1993, my mom and my dad, they gave birth to, so I started.
In the back of the.
No, it was in the front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the front of the
yeah. Back of the Mac.
Hey.
Anyways, what I was about to say, I started off doing spoken word at first. I'm not sure if y'all tapped into the spoken word scene here, but
it's cracking.
It is. It's a lady goes by the name of Dasha Kelly. She's like a poetry coach, mentor. She might be the Wisconsin Poet Laureate. At one point, she held the Wisconsin and Milwaukee Poet Laureate. So I started off with doing spoken word, and then that slowly just turned more so into music. So high school, everything starts with women. So in high school, I had to crush.
The girls.
Yeah, I had a crush on this girl named Tamara Lynn DeLeese. I wrote 9 poems about her.
Wow.
Did you ever get the draw?
No, it didn't. It didn't work at all.
You working too hard.
It didn't work at all. But we remain close and we're still friends. And she got these poems actually like in a binder still.
Yeah.
So start off spoken word, then it carried over into music.
It slowly transitioned.
Yeah.
No, I mean they tie together. I mean spoken word, hip hop, rap, poetry.
No, definitely.
Yeah, definitely goes together.
What was how has your musical journey been? Since you actually picked up the pen.
It's been good. I think my freshman year of college, which was, I don't want to say the year, but my my freshman year of college, I put together a show. It was my first show, first time I ever played with the band. I was 19, ever since then, I knew that, like, hey, when I play, I want to play with a band.
Yeah.
If I can. So that's kind of a part
that's
of it.
actually very unique.
Yeah.
That's one of the questions I actually really wanted to ask you.
Hold on. You play in a band?
I play with a band.
Okay, so what instrument do you play?
He plays with the band.
I play with the band.
Mm-hmm. Like
the microphone.
He raps, but
okay.
He always is the band.
I was gonna say okay,
right.
But behind the scenes, Curtis was teaching me how to play the piano for a while, but I didn't actually get better, so I stopped taking lessons. I'm just playing. I play.
Your talent was more on the mic,
keys, but not enough to tell people that. So I rap. I'm an MC.
Okay, that's what's up.
I like to tell people just a quick description: hip hop, jazz, because that is pretty much the umbrella of
hip hop, jazz, right?
Yeah. So I play with a band for the most part. Probably like my whole career.
Yeah. That's super unique. I mean, most rap artists, especially today, when they're on the come up, right, they just rap over instrumentals, right? They throw the beat on. Actually, when they go to perform, they rap over their actual song.
Yeah, which I don't like.
But you've been afforded the opportunity to rap over, rap with a band.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that has actually progressed your own personal sound?
I think it makes me a better performer. And the cool thing about a band, performing with tracks, if you do it the right way, it could be cool. Tyler, the Creator, does not play with a band. One of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And it's all tracks.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against tracks. It's just you should do it a certain way. Like
it's just your particular flavor.
Yeah. You should just have show versions to what you do. But the band, you could speed up a song.
Yeah.
You could slow it down. You could do a different version of a song. You could do, like I got the
you
song
can break
called,
it down individual.
Yeah. I got the song called Rap for Rent. And when I play it live, we put a Latin part in the middle. In the studio version, there's no Latin part in the song. So you get to do more
creative.
Yeah, be more creative with the band.
Yeah, that's also unique.
I was in the band. I understood that. Like I said, I was in the band for 6 years.
You played brass, didn't you?
No. I played little acoustic, but I did.
Okay. You look like a sax player.
Well, I do. Make sweet music. You feel me? Hey, you know what I mean? So, but I do understand the ideal of playing live in a band because I was in the band for 6 years down in Iowa. So, and I was only the only chocolate chip in the cookie sometimes. So
you was in Decorah, Iowa?
I was in Northwest Iowa, Okoboji, Iowa, Spencer, Iowa. I was way up north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was sometimes I was in these backyard farm parties, and it was no brothers within 20 miles.
Yeah.
But it was packed. It was cracking. So, like I said, but your version is more of a, you say jazz, hip hop type band.
Yeah, I think the technically what I should say is jazz hip hop, but I don't like how that sounds, so I just say hip hop jazz.
Okay.
But technically, sonically, it is the other way around. It's hip hop that has a jazz feel.
Y'all got an album?
Yeah, we play my music. So,
okay, that's what's up.
We played we play various songs from various catalogs. So.
Was that when did you start calling it hip hop jazz? Because I'm wondering, is this like a marketing branding idea for your actual sound? Because I understand to be an artist and actually to make it really big, right? Everybody talks about Drake and it's like, oh, Drake has the OVO sound, right? It's that deep undertone when it comes down to like the drums, if you will, in the sense that he decides to play besides his music. Is that something that you decided to be like, you know what, I'm gonna start calling my sound hip hop jazz because you feel like that was marketing, or was this just something that just came natural?
No,
or did Curtis Crump be like, you know what, bro, we should call this hip hop jazz, bro? Like it's going hit.
I think that's just the sound that I like. So when I say that, it's funny because a lot of people start going to their jazz bag, like, oh, do you like? And like, I don't want to be a poser. I don't know a bunch of jazz like that. But like when I think jazz, I'm thinking about Robert Glasper. I love Coltrane. I think Miles Davis is dope, but I'm not like super heavy deep into it like that. So that's why
you don't get all philosophical with it.
No, I just don't. I don't know that much about it to act like I'm a jazz head.
Right.
So I'm a hip hop jazz head, or a jazz rap.
Yeah.
Is another way
That's
you could
what's
say it. So like people like Tribe Called Quest or Diggable Planets, like that sound, but more modern to me. So yeah.
Curtis Crump. What role do you play in Emmett James' overall
In my life.
Yeah, in his life. What do you play in his life?
In my life.
There we
That's
go.
Funny. For the last, oh wow, huh? I guess almost since we met, which would have been about 4 years ago now.
2019, September 19th. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Y'all got an anniversary.
Right. No, it started as me playing piano for him. That's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
We're both here from Wisconsin, but we didn't even like meet in Wisconsin.
Where'd y'all meet?
We met in Chicago doing the show, and he was already living in LA, and I was getting ready to move to LA. But probably for the last 3.5 years, I've been his music director.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So
wow.
Where did you develop the skills to become this music director, Curtis?
You're so funny.
I'm just asking. The people want to know. I'm a music director. Look at you.
Goodness.
Zilla, feel free to jump in.
Yeah, anytime, bro.
I was just telling everybody on social media how dope it was down here, and they should tune in. So. But, you know, I understand hip hop jazz, so I'm with it. Let's go.
Oh man. Well, what I think Ben is alluding to. Born and raised in Racine, Wisconsin.
Hey, y'all heard it, man. We out here. We got them hitters.
But yeah, I went to UW Parkside for music. I've pretty much been a musician since I had any real interest. Like I grew up in the church, and like I play saxophone, I play piano, and I play other instruments too. But saxophone and piano is what I really claim. And then 3.5 years ago, I moved to LA, to Los Angeles, California, and that was right before the pandemic. But meeting people like Emmit and some other artists, we were able to still continue to make music, and I was able to keep pursuing pretty much what I've like always wanted to do, like in my entire life, which is continue to play, continue to curate different shows and things. I'm a composer as well. Anything that involves music, I do. But me and Emma's relationship kind of blossomed right away.
Yeah.
And we continued to work together. We did some recordings during the pandemic. Actually, like right before everything shut down, we did a show together. Me, him, and another Wisconsin native. His name's Claudio Peroni. He does like he's a singer-songwriter. But we did a show March 12th, 2020.
Yeah.
And I think March 11th.
Literally
March 11th is the one on the news. That was like, I think this COVID thing is kind of serious. We maybe should keep in, I think we went from having like probably like 400 people at the show to like 100 people. But them 100 people was lit.
Yeah.
It was in there.
That was dedicated.
Dedicated, yeah. And then March 15th, yeah.
That's hard. Now, Truth Nation, we are in here live on the Tory Lowe Show with Emmit James. Curtis Crump and Godzilla. All right. So for those just tapping in, Curtis Crump, you being the music director for Emmit James' show that's coming up this Friday. Can you guys describe to me the overall what the fan will actually see? What will if I
experience?
The experience. Can you describe the experience to us and what that'll be like? How you guys even came up with this?
I had to ask Emmit.
Okay,
I had to remember how we came up with it because I was thinking about it the other day.
So I just moved back to Milwaukee in March. So I was living in LA, and I told Curtis I want to do a big band show, and he was like, "If you serious, I'll do the arrangements for you and write out all the parts."
Yeah,
I'm serious. So I think this was in December, and then I decided I wanted to celebrate my 10 years in music, and I wanted it to be big, so we kind of put both ideas together. So tomorrow's event is officially called the Emmit James 10-Year Big Band Barbecue.
Big Band Barbecue.
13-piece band.
Wow.
Drums, bass, keys, guitar, 3 saxophone, 2 trumpets, 2 trombones, 2 vocalists, under the supervision and led by the illustrious Curtis Crump. So he wrote the horn parts, wrote all the parts for everybody.
Original.
Yeah.
Wow. So
you wrote the notes.
Yes, wrote the notes. So what you'll hear,
I'm impressed.
So if you would go,
Curtis is real,
so
bro.
funny. So if you would go and listen to like one of the records that Emmit's gonna perform, if you go online and listen to it, some have like original music where the producers play, and some have samples where the producer flip. Just hip hop. So what I did to convert this to have like for the big band, if there was a sample, I listened to it and it's called transcribing. I transcribed what the sample was playing, and now the horns will be playing that sample. Now, say there wasn't anything for the horns to play, then I had to compose and come up with things that make sense to the music, but add so that there's other parts. So part of it was putting what the sample was, putting it on sheet music, and some was adding and enhancing the music and adding some other parts for the horns and things like that.
Wow, that's honestly, I'm amazed right now because for those of you guys,
Ben, it's not the same.
It's not.
What are you talking about?
Godzilla, I would like to hear.
I just wanted to say something.
What do you think about the way he composed it?
No, I'm kicking it, man. I'm just listening to the brother talk about what he's doing. It's not often.
You compose a lot of things.
Yeah,
as
I do.
well.
But so it's not often I get to just sit and listen to somebody else talk about it. So I mean, like, wow, I'm gonna work at it. He's doing a great job. But no, I mean, the movie that's coming out Saturday, the Baby Drew movie, The Hole in the Wall. I scored that film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm digging what you're planting. You understand what I'm saying? I'm smelling what you're putting down. You dig? What you're stepping in. You smell me. But no, it's good, man. It's just good to hear a young brother talking about composition and and doing something bigger than that. One thing that I try to do as an artist is always do something nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm hearing you guys say. Is that you're taking something and putting on the table something that nobody else is doing, nobody else can replicate, and you can only hear this right now. And that's an artistic expression. And even the fact that you have all the instruments the day of, that cohesion and all those energies in one place is should be a great show, man. I can't wait to see it. What time do you guys go on, man?
So the doors is at 7 tomorrow. There'll be a DJ spinning till about 8:30. I did like an MPS beat challenge over the internet. And we'll have the winners play their submission live with the band. And then around 8:45, I'll go on and I'll play my set. And it's all free. There'll be free food. This doubles as a fundraising concert for MPS Foundation's Classroom Support Fund, too. So people have opportunity to give money, or if you buy certain pieces of merch, the percentage of that is going to go to the same fund. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, man. That's good to hear.
Wow.
As an MPS graduate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What school you went to?
I graduated from Custer, but I spent most of my time in North Division.
Okay.
Hey, look, when we come back, I want to hear the art. I want to hear the art, Emmit James. I want to hear some skills, as we usually do. And look, when we come back, we'll be joined still in the studio by Godzilla and Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Hero Thursdays, hosted by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth, Sherwin Hughes, host of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. My show is enlightening, entertaining, educational, and informative. We talk about everything from national issues to things happening right here in our own backyard. More importantly, I discuss ways that we can come together and find solutions collectively. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes Monday through Friday on 1017 The Truth from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
Black Talk Radio has emerged as a powerful tool for changing the narrative and stereotypes of the black community. Traditional media outlets have often neglected to represent the full spectrum of the black experience, leading to pervasive stereotypes and misconceptions. However, with Black Talk Radio, the black community now has a platform to tell their own stories and provide insight into their own experiences. Through talk shows, news broadcasts, and podcasts, Black Talk Radio is providing a voice for a diverse range of black perspectives. By covering a variety of topics, including social justice, politics, entertainment, and so on, Black Talk Radio is offering a nuanced understanding of black community. It's breaking down stereotypes and promoting a more accurate portrayal of black culture and identity. Moreover, Black Talk Radio is providing an opportunity for black communities to connect with one another and build solidarity. In conclusion, Black Talk Radio is an invaluable platform for promoting a more accurate portrayal of the black experience, challenging pervasive stereotypes, and creating a space for communities to grow and mobilize. Through shows like Tory Lowe and the collective efforts of Black Talk Radio hosts and guests, we can continue to empower change in the black community. The ultimate goal is to shed light on issues affecting our community and inspire listeners to take action.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I make a living off art, and that's a fact. You ain't got the budget, don't bother to hit me back. Palm keep itching, I think it's 100 racks. Exposure won't work, can't pay my rent with that. I make a living off art, and that's a fact. You ain't got the budget, don't bother to hit me back. Palm keep itching, I think it's 100 racks. Exposure won't work, can't pay my rent with that. Can't pay my rent with that. Rent due, like due, happens every month, it's a cycle. Just know I'm liable to go Michael on the haiku. Until it's global, then we tribal. They couldn't stop me, but they tried to. 2025, I'll be a tycoon. On a cruise ship, eating Thai food. And I own Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu. Jeeves, Yahoo, and Google. And YouTube? Wait, too soon? I make a living off art, and that's a fact. You ain't got the budget, don't bother to hit me back. Palm keep itching, I think it's 100 racks. Exposure won't work, can't pay my rent with that. I make a living off art, and that's a fact. You ain't got the budget, don't bother to hit me back. Palm keep itching, I think it's 100 racks. Exposure won't work, can't pay my rent with that.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers here on the 1 and 2s, Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Hero Thursdays, hosted by your boy Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Hey, also we got Godzilla in the building. Feature artist Emmit James and Curtis Crump in the building. Hey, look, I liked that song. What is it called again? Rent?
It's called WR4R, Will Rap for Rent.
Will Rap for Rent.
Yeah, I made my own W2 for rap. That was me.
Oh, wow.
Messing around. Doing too much.
Now, Curtis. Now you traveling. You a traveler. You going and you do a lot of different things with a lot of different people. What makes Emmit James unique as well as an artist?
What makes him unique, as an artist, he's always honest and creative, and I think he might be one of the hardest working people I know. Just point blank, period. It's ridiculous. And like he has a few different songs like that have the acronym DIY in it, like do it yourself. And when I tell you somebody who really lives by that, probably like too much almost sometimes, you know, it's definitely like down to the wire. He will do it himself. He'll figure it out. If he has this idea, he'll be like, if I want to do this, I'm gonna be crazy. But if I can figure out how to do it, and he will figure out how to do it. He will do it himself, and then that becomes part of his brand and things like that.
That's what's up.
Like he'll Ben already referenced talking about his own barbecue sauce. Yep. That's not a joke. Yep. He figured out how to make his own barbecue sauce. No lie. This man has also had. He has so many. When you get a chance to look, he has so many different EPs and projects. Like it's like just ridiculous, his catalog that he's built over these 10 years.
How many albums do you think he got?
I don't know. I lost.
How many albums you got?
If you count everything as an album, I just call them projects. From the time I'm counting my 10 years, it's like 17 or 18. But some of them are like short EPs, 5-6 songs, and some of them are quote unquote albums that are about 30, 35 years.
Are these all on the streaming services?
Most of them. Some of them a couple of them you probably won't ever hear.
Wow.
But yeah, most of them. But even then, there's still a bunch of stuff from 2017 up until now.
But that's how much an artist should be working these days if they really want to make money out of the streaming business. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a certain workflow and a certain pace, and I'm glad to hear that because as a producer and engineer and a label owner, I always tell people, you know, I shouldn't have to worry about are you coming to the studio. I need to worry about kicking you out.
Yeah,
if that's not happening, then what are you here for?
Oh, you know what? One of my biggest questions, Emmit, because I saw the video. I kind of want to ask about the bee because I was wondering how the hell you got the bee to even get in your mouth. Okay, but I mean, I'm just saying, you gotta see the video, Tori. See the video, you know what I'm talking about. On top
send me the link.
Yeah, no problem.
Somebody send me the link to this video.
What's your Instagram?
Emmit EMMITT_James.
Yep.
So Tyler Creator put out this very controversial music video 12 years ago called Yonkers. And in the music video, he eats a cockroach. And it's a black and white video. He's sitting on a stool. He does something else in the video I won't allude to, but it's very controversial. So me and my girl, we made this barbecue sauce in tandem with the Big Band Barbecue event. And we have brown sugar bourbon and honey chipotle. And we was like, it would be dope to do a spoof of that music video. So he eats a cockroach. I'm eating a fake bee. This bee is a remote control. So throughout the music video, Tyler Creator has the roach crawling on his arm. So my girl is filming on the phone, and then she's controlling the bee. So the bee like is moving on my arm. And at the end, I did what he did. I fake eat the bee and spill it out to promote the honey chipotle flavor.
Oh wow!
Also, this bee that he's using is as big as a fist.
Yeah, it's very.
It's like a murder hornet.
Yeah, it's a big old bee.
This is creative. This is very creative. Being an artist from Milwaukee, do you feel that you're facing any ceilings when it comes to the music industry?
When I first moved to LA, I thought so. I felt like you had to leave Milwaukee there's no major record labels here. There's no, that I know of at least.
Right.
Tell me if I'm wrong, or no major distribution. And so I felt like you had to go be in a bigger city. So today I don't feel that way anymore. I do think everyone should travel and spend some time in bigger cities just so you could pick up on the hustle. The hustle in LA is different.
They get paid. They actually get paid from the music.
Yeah, but
it's a different vibration.
Sometimes people hear the vibe is kind of like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and ain't nobody doing. And in LA, we don't care. You just gotta keep working. Nobody cares that you put out an album. Not that they don't care, but like it's just a different work.
You just got to keep working.
But now that I've been back here for like 6-7 months, there's a bunch of dope stuff happening here in the theater world, in the music world, and I think it's I think it's dope. I don't think you have to leave. I think, and it's cheaper. Rent is like $12.
Say that.
Rent is like $12.
No, I lived
But
in
I
Sherman
understand.
Oaks. I lived in Sherman Oaks for a couple years, man. It was 20. I left there. It was $22.50 for 1,150 square feet, man.
Yeah.
You know, and when you say about money, no, not in music, not like that. The money in music is like there if you're grandfathered in. Everybody else is so into the hustle that you're fresh and you're new in town and you trying to find your way around. Come on, here's a couch and a sandwich, man. Come on, I got you. And while they try and get all the music they can out of you before you realize you're not getting paid anything.
Oh, wow.
So you have to be cognizant of that and really, really when you're doing that, like stay grinding on your brand. Because one thing I learned about legends, unless they're usually putting people on, they're not there to put you on. Yeah. They're there to maintain their position. So I mean, having shared experiences like that, I mean, just even off the show, I love to discuss that with you guys. What part of LA were you guys living in?
My last 3 years I was there, I was living in a neighborhood called Elysian Park, aka Frogtown. It's very close to Silver Lake, like hipster neighborhoods.
Okay, dig it.
Yeah, and I still live in Glendale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out there.
Okay, dope. Yeah, I was working at Eagle Rock.
Okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hey.
Very cool.
Milwaukee artists that had to leave out of the city and came right back and produced.
Yeah.
Took that experience and came back, and now y'all making an impact right here in the city of Milwaukee. I think that's dope.
So, Truth Nation, we are in the building, joined by Godzilla, Curtis Crump, music director. All right, Emmit James. All right. So with that being said, this is the part where we get down to the nitty gritty. All right, because again, as Tori alluded to before, we want to hear some artistry. Emmit, you got them bars ready for us?
Yeah, you brought the candy bars. That what we gonna hand out?
You got the Twix in your back pocket. You got the Kit Kats.
No, I got a few. Should I kick it now?
Go ahead and spit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it a cappella. I'm sorry. Ben made me do that, by the way. I wasn't scared. No, I'm just playing. You don't know why if I never make it, I feel I won already. You don't know my fam on my back and the weight is heavy. You don't know why my brother on the run but still keep a heater. I'm a champion and don't care to put you on game neither. You don't know my mama did dope, but she conquered that. Now her son music is dope. That's why they bumping it. My pop used to drink so much they could have sponsored him. And guess what I did? I just bottled it. Look, fam, you don't know me at all. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. I used to live in it. I would never say that I'm God, but I'm a mere image. You don't know Jermaine and Trust. You don't know the real Emmit. You don't know why I'm thankful. You don't know why I'm grateful. Thank God for my niece, because she truly an angel. On the block playing cans, back when we didn't have cable. And I still ain't complain, because I know that he's able. And that's how I'm living now. Some people ask me why I move. I guess I just figured out. When the figure's going up, expenses is going down. We can't do the decimals. These days we got around. I'm talking whole numbers. Try to jit me, I'm gonna treat you like you stole something. I don't want to politic with folk who don't love me. I'm still cooking, so trust me, I need the whole onion. I need the onion, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the greens, everything. Yeah.
That was fire.
Hey.
It's amazing.
Hey, that's what's up. Emmit James in the building, Curtis Crump in the building now. Your event is Emmit James 10-year big band barbecue. This is August 25th. The show starts at 7 p.m. This is at the Third Space Brewing.
Yes.
Beer Garden, 1505 West St. Paul Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How can we keep up with you?
So on every Friday, I'm at Walmart, 10 o'clock, just shopping. So if you really want to connect, no.
Oh, wow.
He's capping.
Those drops are hilarious. Instagram is the best way. So Emmit James, EMMITT_James. And then from there, you could use that as a landing page that'll take you to my site, take you to the merch, take you to the different content that I'm creating. But yeah, I would say that's the best place these days.
All right, look, when we come back, we're going to have some Pop Culture Report. Y'all going to stick around for the Pop Culture Report?
Yeah.
All right, Truth Nation, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report brought to you by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Low.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you a mom, grandparent, caretaker, or pregnant and postpartum woman who cares for a 5-year-old or younger? If yes, then you should be enrolled in WIC. WIC is the Women, Infants, and Children program and provides healthy foods, nutrition education, breastfeeding counseling, and support. Participation in WIC is associated with better nutrition for families, but also healthier births and lower infant mortality. Hunger Task Force is here to support eligible pregnant and postpartum women, grandparents, and caretakers who care for children. Learn more about WIC and how you can support nutritious foods for infants and children at www.hungertaskforce.org.
I noticed that my central vision started to blur.
Figures that are usually straight started to distort and become wavy.
What are these little dark spots with blurring that I'm seeing?
There's a blind spot like a blob over my vision now.
Is my vision lost forever?
Why did I wait so long to see a retina specialist?
Retinal disease can steal your eyesight, but it doesn't have to. Patients who seek care from a retina specialist in a timely manner have the best chance of preventing vision loss due to age-related macular degeneration or diabetic retinopathy. AMD symptoms to look out for are distortion or warping of straight lines, as well as blurred or loss of central vision. Patients with diabetic retinopathy should seek treatment if they notice the appearance of spots or floaters or blurred and distorted vision. Don't delay seeing a retina specialist. It's worth the visit to save your vision so you don't miss out on life's precious moments, like seeing your grandchild grow up, enjoying a sunset with that special someone, or reading a good book. Visit seeforalifetime.org.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too.
Al-Anon
and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Bryce Terrain hit a 2-out infield single in the 10th inning as the Milwaukee Brewers completed the sweep over the Minnesota Twins. This one by a final score of 8-7 on Wednesday afternoon to win their 5th straight game. With the victory, the Brewers remain in the lead in the NL Central by 3.5 games. It's an off day today for the Brew Crew as they welcome in the San Diego Padres for a 3-game set beginning on Friday night. From baseball to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers are preparing for their final preseason matchup of the summer. The Packers will take on the Seahawks at Lambeau Field this upcoming weekend. What is QB1 in Green Bay looking for in the final exhibition matchup?
I think just keep building what we're doing out there and get some more game reps in.
Packers-Seahawks kickoff is all set for noon on Saturday. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Another day, another dollar, that hit different when you freelance. Or when you quit your 9 to 5 to do everything you plan. Tried to tell her this is more than just a dream. Everything for Avery, but it's always been for Pressaline. I got London in my will, I ain't made it yet. CJ on the mix. I ain't paid him yet. If you ain't got the budget, might as well just save your breath. Cause when you hit me up, just know you talking to the best. Sometimes you just gotta go ahead and say it. Been a few years and now I'm done with the playing. Headshots for everyone, accurate with the aiming. So keep your 2 cents, it's better off if you save it. DIY, but I make it look stealthy. Won't stop until my bank account is healthy and all my sipping's gel free. Till that day coming, there's nothing else you could tell me. Feel me? Look.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hometown Music Thursdays. Hometown Hero Thursdays. Hosted by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
We got Emmit James, Curtis Crump, and we got Godzilla.
What it is.
In the building. Hey, look. Pop Culture Report. Benjamin. What's going on in these pop culture streets?
Emmit James is what's going on right now. So if you guys don't know, that was another record by Emmit James, and he will be performing tomorrow at the Big Bag Barbecue.
Just call it whatever you want.
The BB Barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
The BBLs are barbecue.
BBLs, yeah. That's how we rock it.
I'm sorry.
Got BBLs. Tyler the Creator got a BBL, by the way. Who knows? Him and Sexy Red.
But how do you know that information, Ben?
I know what I know because I know what I do. I got my Googles. You know what I'm saying? I might want to feel it. I don't know. But
wow.
Real. But with that being said, to pull back.
That's that sapiosexual stuff that you be talking about.
I am a sapiosexual. I am attracted to intellect. Okay, that's what gets me aroused. All right, I'm attracted to intellect. I'm with that. All right. Truth Nation. Okay. With that being said,
where's our buddy, bro?
All right.
Hey. Right. Man.
Oh, that was different.
Shout out to DJ Brother Z, man, on the ones and twos. Legendary DJ right here, man. Working with DJ Khaled in the next few years. I'm telling y'all.
Another one.
But with that being said, something that's been going on in hip hop lately, or for the past year, I should say, for the first time in 23 years, a crazy moment occurs on the Billboard Hot 100, where for an entire year has gone by without a rap track reaching #1. I wanted to ask you guys, since I have this illustrious grouping here, we are being joined by Godzilla, Curtis Crump, and Emmit James, all live on the Tory Lowe Show. I wanted to know, why do y'all think this is happening right now? Like, why do you guys think that hip hop hasn't charted as it did for the past 30 years?
I think it's because hip hop at its core will not conform or be PC. I think that in the world that we live in, some of the topics, some of the things that are discussed in hip hop and put on the table and are very popular in the streets aren't necessarily popular in the rooms where they're making those decisions. You know, it's a narrative that we unfortunately don't control, you know, as far as who gets what budgets to do what and where.
Yeah.
But, you know, it also has to do with, you know, the expectations. And so you were mentioning Afro pop and things like that. I can tell you right now, man, the opportunities that we have afforded to us as artists in America, you give those same opportunities to somebody else, they might jump all over it.
Right.
And be way more easy to work with in the entire process than somebody who has a buddy that's in the business and now we got built-in entitlements because I know how this is supposed to go. So that's one thing, but also I think that there's a lot of underreporting as well. I think there are a lot of hot records that people aren't getting their proper ISRC codes and things like that attached to them, and so they're not getting to the reporting agencies.
That's interesting.
I think there are a bunch of different reasons that go along with that, but I'd like to listen to what you guys have too. So.
I think one other factor to that, it might also be talking about culture. It might be the consumers are changing and things too. I mean, with the world we live in with social media, with TikTok and even places in like Instagram and YouTube going to reels and shorts, the attention span thing is really short. And if you think about the core of hip hop, really being about like telling stories. People don't have time for a whole story. You're not going to tell a whole story. You're going to tell a piece of something. And when it comes to, and even hip hop itself, I feel like it's changing. But a lot of times people only want to move. Because I would even say, like, even when you talk about like different genres that people like are the top genres that people listen to, everybody is thinking about dance and moving. It's not going to be about always about the content. If somebody relates to it quickly, that's going to be cool. And that's all I want to say. Okay, yeah, I can
that chorus makes sense to me, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
And then now, even when you start talking about genres, a lot of these are starting to blend over. A lot of R&B, or if however you want to even call, that's a whole separate story. But the R&B singers are starting to rap. Some of the other rappers are starting to sing. Like that's where some of those lines cross. Even like that, like talking about Afro beats,
right? They
rap and sing, and that's like its own thing.
Yeah, but
that's world music.
But look,
it's
world
music.
music.
It's not even categorized as that. It's world music.
And even
world music.
Even talking about like when you start to talk about even like passing that, like reggaeton artists and Latin artists, they in between.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
Biggest artist right now, solo artist.
Yeah, he rapping in Spanish, but he got a tone and auto-tune, and you hear all the singing and stuff too. So, and it's just about those catchy hooks and the beats going, and there's so much music now, and it's so quick, and everything is moving quick. So I think it's just
right.
I don't know if it's like a a problem one way or the other. I just think it's just the changing of the times.
Mm-hmm. Transformation. What about you, Emmett? How you feeling?
My question, because I didn't know that the stat you just gave. My question would be: has any like heavy hitters came out this year?
I mean,
I know Lil Uzi dropped. Lil Durk dropped. Drake dropped this year.
Yeah, I believe Dirk dropped early. Yeah, Dirk actually dropped earlier this year.
Not Drake yet though, right?
Drake.
Drake drops tonight.
He dropped tonight.
So I don't know.
Might be life changing. Might change the stat that I just put out there.
So that's why I'm wondering, because the people who contribute to that happening have they dropped? DJ Khaled didn't drop yet, right?
Nah, Khaled definitely didn't drop yet.
So like that's why
Tyler might crap on him again.
So yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, do those correlate at all? The reasons why it does normally chart is are those artists not dropping right now? I usually don't pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't care, but it's usually not on my radar like that, because I think the cool thing about music and hip hop is that like I could be an artist that's big to my audience. I travel the world, I do everything, but then I go somewhere else and nobody knows who I am. I think that's the cool thing about being an artist. I call it an artist living class. There's an artist in LA. His name is Mind Design. And I think he's Filipino, and every time he goes out, he tours the world. He's on Stone's Throw, but you could see him at the grocery store, and you might not even know who he is. So I think that element of music is really cool. I'm big to my fans, and I make a living off of it, but I'm not like Beyonce. So
kind of like Daylight. You know how he's a popular battle rapper. If you're in the battle rap scene, you know who he is. But if you just saw him out and about eating Taco Bell,
you would think he's crazy.
Yeah, you definitely would think he's crazy
because of what he did to his face.
Yeah.
But I think times change. I think that nothing stays the same, and I think that when something becomes cookie cutter, where you can find 50,000 of those ideas, I think it starts to reinvent itself. So I think hip hop hit 50. But I think hip hop is actually reinventing itself, and they're looking for the reinvention because every so many years, everything turned. I mean, look how it started out to then hip hop in New York, then rap. Gangster rap came out of off the West Coast, and then the Midwest was always that fast tongue twister. Bone Thugs, Twister style. Now, I think right now hip hop is making a change as well. So right now during the transition period. People are looking elsewhere, but when the transition takes place, everybody's gonna jump on it. But just like Atlanta, when they started doing, T.I., Jeezy, everything started evolving from the South. So I think that right now they're looking for where the next sound is coming from.
The next wave. But one thing that I was thinking of while you brothers was talking was I remember distinctly Chris Brown winning like Hip Hop Album of the Year award at one point. And so. The question becomes, what are they defining as hip hop? Because the Lil Uzi Vert record with the body yada all that, is he not a rapper? So is that not a hip hop record? Did that not chart? So I don't know what they're calling that at that point when you ask the question.
Plus, I think that now a lot of the truths about the industry is causing a lot of artists to change. Because they're getting the more information about the paperwork.
Right.
So they're waiting till they get their paperwork together instead of just throwing stuff out there. And I think that is starting to hold up a lot of what we see as usually some people coming out album sales, then they wait on the back end and be like, oh, I got jammed up with this. So I think that a lot of these young artists, a lot of these new artists, they're actually getting the paperwork together.
I think, though, sitting here, this is a perfect example right now of what hip-hop is evolving into, and you're absolutely correct. That is so niche. It has always been niche. When you go from backpack to hip hop jazz to to gangster rap to whatever to mumble rap to however you put it.
Yeah.
But as you look at it, you had to have the Sugar Hill Gang before you could get to Public Enemy.
It's all a stepping stone.
And you're still gonna have to have this. You had to have mumble rap to come back to a point of consciousness. So it is cyclical, and I think it does follow those lines. And just listening to the stuff that you have and the popularity, and I applaud you for being able to eat off that, because that's a beautiful thing, man. I really am happy for anyone who can do that, man. Congratulations for that. But I think that's what music has become at this point.
Carrie Noni Juice in the building.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing, Carrie Noni? What do you got to say?
Amazing, as Benjamin would say. But I just wanted to ask y'all a quick question. Like, how do y'all feel about the ladies in hip hop right now and how they have been dominating the hip hop game, really? And most of the songs that are trending or are hot right now are coming from the women. So how y'all feel about that?
All right, hold on. We got to answer this question after break. Truth Nation, we got to run the break. We've been having a great conversation on Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Hero Thursdays, hosted by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday, 10 a.m. for another episode of Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection show powered by Molson Coors. We will re-air some of the best, most informative conversations we've had so far on the show. You'll hear from community leaders, entrepreneurs, business executives, and more. Again, that's Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection show powered by Molson Coors this Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Cleaning is never fun, but with Window Genie, you get more than 3 wishes. Window Genie provides services for cleaning gutters, windows, and tinting. They will help you maintain your home or business with regular pressure washing services, increasing the longevity of your property. And in the cold winter months, Window Genie will even hang your Christmas lights and decorations. Window Genie has all your window needs and more. Give them a call today or visit them at windowgenie.com.
Educators Credit Union is dedicated to celebrating diversity in the cities where they live and work. Because of this dedication, they support black businesses not just during National Black Business Month, but throughout the year. Supporting black businesses boosts local economies, produces jobs, and helps entrepreneurs achieve their dreams. Educators Credit Union will continue sharing the stories of black businesses, building relationship with businesses in local communities, and buying from these businesses. Learn more about their community partnerships at ECU.com.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there's nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Even after I'm gone, Will my legacy live? Everything that I did, will they still hold it dear? Even after I'm gone, will my legacy live? Will they honor my name? How would they say that I live? Even
101.7 The Truth, Hometown Music Thursdays. Hey, look, Hometown Hero Thursdays hosted by Benjamin. We got Emmit James and Curtis Crump. Hey, Carrie Noni said, well, how do y'all feel about the female rap?
My initial reaction is ski.
Pound town.
No, I think
That's right.
No, I think the ladies are killing it right now, and in some way are kind of holding it down. To be honest, so I agree.
All right, well, let everybody know about the event coming up.
Y'all being real quiet when it comes to the ladies.
No,
now.
I thought
they
we
only had a little bit of time.
Running out of time, so I just wanted to shout out to give it up for the ladies.
I have no problem coming back to that when we pick it up.
Right.
For sure.
All right, so check this out. Talk about your event this weekend and how can people come out and support.
Emmit James 10-year Big Band Barbecue at Third Space Brewing. It is free. Shout out to all the sponsors who helped make it possible. Celebrating my 10 years in music. We got a 13-piece band. We got Daddy's Soul Food and Grill. Caterings, free food. You should come out. We got the illustrious Curtis Crump Jr. MDing the 13-piece band. And it's going to be a good time, and we're raising money for the NPS Foundation Classroom Support Fund. And, yeah, pull up.
I'm going to pull up on this.
Yeah.
All right, look. Thank y'all for stopping through. Hey, look, more Hometown Music Thursdays hosted by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Coming up right here on the Tory Lowe Show. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 101.7 The Truth is the proud new home of Marquette University High School football. Be sure to tune in to Marquette Hilltoppers football every Friday night at 7 p.m. as we bring you some of the best gridiron action in the area. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Leff's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Melanie Ricks, and the time is now, Milwaukee. I believe that our listeners deserve the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that's exactly what we're going to bring to you every day from 12 to 1 p.m. We're going to be talking about life, love, relationships, sports, pop culture, and all things Milwaukee. Listen to Nothing But the Truth with me, Melanie Ricks, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org.
We didn't know what to expect. We were just left in a hotel.
My mom was doing drugs in the house.
Tay and Brianna spent years of their childhood in homes that weren't safe. They were placed in foster care and longed for a permanent, loving home.
I didn't know what my future was.
I wouldn't speak to anyone. I was afraid of everything.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Brianna and Tay were adopted and now feel excited about their futures.
I'm studying to be a chef, and I really want to travel the world.
I'm going to be a mechanic, and I can focus on my career.
Right now, in the United States, there are more than 100,000 children in foster care, just like Brianna and Tay, who need a family now. Learn how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
All of your favorite 101.7 The Truth content whenever you want. Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tory Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this thing. I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's mentioned. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me? We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show this Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Hero Thursdays, hosted by Big Jimmy.
It's amazing.
Hey, we got Godzilla in the building.
What up?
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this, Godzilla. You turning 50, your 50th birthday coming up.
Right.
And you got this bash.
Right.
That you throw for your birthday. And this will be held at Company Brewing, 735 East Center Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Show starts at 10 p.m.
Those are actually doors. I'll probably kick it about 10:30.
Right.
Yeah, but those are doors. But yeah, get there early because I'm expecting it to be like definitely at capacity.
Now, 50. You turning 50 on the 50th year in hip hop.
I'm turning 50 tomorrow. I was born 14 days after hip hop.
A solid 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
How does that feel, Godzilla, as a hip hop historian?
Oh man, that I haven't really had a chance to soak that up, man, because turning 50 is a different feeling. It's different from like a lot of other birthdays that I had, and I've spent my whole life in hip hop, and everybody in the studio with is like all younger than me. So just that hits. So Turning 50 hit so hard, I went and got in shape and lost the shirt size. I'm here in an extra large shirt, and that was my goal for my birthday, was to go from a 2 to an XL, and I hit it.
That's what's up. And health is a part of wealth as well. So
health is hip hop.
Yes,
health
for
is
sure,
hip hop
for
as
sure.
well. But Juice asked a question. Carrie Noni, can you repeat that question?
I gladly can repeat that question. What is up, Truth Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice. And with all this hip hop anniversary, 50th anniversary, we love it. But I cannot let this conversation go on without us paying our due respects to the women of hip hop. So my question was, how do you guys feel about women in hip hop and how they are currently dominating the hip hop game right now? Like every single song that people are listening to that's on the radio, I won't say every song, but majority of the songs that are sticking on people, come on now, ski, that is women in hip hop.
Right.
So what is y'all opinion on that?
I mean, to say, like, what is your opinion? It's long overdue. That's my opinion.
Okay, that's a good opinion.
I don't think that, it's across the board. Entertainment has been very exclusionary of women, and you can see that being the case with the women's national soccer team. You also see the case with women and wages in Hollywood. And I think that all of that should be addressed and should be righted. I was a single father and I raised 3 girls by myself. So I guess I look at females and what they can accomplish and what should be available and what should be fair. I think I look at it a little bit different because I don't want you cheating my kids.
Right.
I had 3 growing up and I got 2 at home now, 2 young babies, and they can do anything. And my daughter Lena Taylor, named after same name as Senator Lena Taylor, and we plan on doing some work with her. So that's really cool. And I give them every opportunity I think I can to grow and be in entertainment and be in music. My wife comes from a musical family, so women in entertainment and women in hip hop and the fact that they're dominating the charts, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, honestly, I wish my wife would decide she wanted to sing and rap song. I would go sit at home.
Yeah, I love that, though. I love that narrative. I hear more guys talking like that, too, saying that they don't care if their wife is doing what they do. I'll stay at home.
Do not care. I would totally do that happily. And honestly, I'm going to tell you something else. Regardless to how you look at it, no matter which gender is actually in entertainment running, you almost have to have a partner at home to help you. Mm-hmm. You have to have that backbone at home. So if my woman decided she wanted to be in entertainment, I know that for her to succeed, I'm going to have to be that backbone.
Right.
I'm going to have to make the doctor's appointments and take the kids to school. I mean, I've done it as a single dad. I would be glad to do it if I was with somebody.
Right.
Like I'm
it's
not
a team
single and
effort.
she's
Yeah.
helping. Like, yo, I'm good. So as far as that question, and I hate that we ran out of time last hour.
No, it's all good.
That's where I was on it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Now, Ben, before I get your opinion on it, because I feel like you was gonna give yours.
I mean, hey, I'm really just kicking back, you know. And
Ben's just absorbing right now.
I'm absorbing all of this right now.
How do y'all feel about the content and the lyrics of the women in hip hop today, though?
I'll tell you like this. I usually don't have an opinion of creativity. Personally, I live in what I call a dream factory as a professional wizard, and I think that I have to have an open door for whatever somebody wants to say on the microphone. There are some things that obviously I wouldn't decide to record, but I have to remember that when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of NWA records, and how dare I say, yo, NWA said this, and we kicked it all like this, but now women can't say this. I think that identity and the way that works should be defined by women, and as a fan, I can decide to listen to it or not, and I think that's where I personally exist on that.
Okay. What about you, Ben?
You know, I got a big mouth. What? Come on, man. That wasn't no need for no pause. But you know what though? In all honesty, women in hip hop right now, I think it's dope. And I think it's it's definitely needed. However, I do think the oversaturation of women in hip hop right now is like a microcosm of social media because you know, you look on social media right now, it's much easier for a woman to get likes than a man to get likes, right? So at the end of the day, when it comes down to
depends on the content.
Nah, Carrie, you put your face up versus my face, you finna get 1,000 likes.
Oh, you saying just off of just looks?
Sex appeal.
The whole sex
okay. I
appeal
thought you
idea.
talking about. I think in content, not like, you know.
No, that's content.
Because I
as
know
well.
a lot of guys who have like really great content, but I see what you're saying as far as appearance.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times who was it? I forget the particular rapper that I'm thinking of right now, but she basically grew her whole following based off her body. You know,
That's most. Never mind.
It's seriously though, it's most of them. So I think it generates a lackluster of talent, in all honesty, and people who are actually infatuated with the craft versus actually wanting to be, you know, the as you call yourself a wizard. I appreciate you calling yourself a wizard because we need somebody or people to think like that, right? Like we need somebody to be like, no, I'm a wizard at my craft. Like this is really what I do. Versus just being like, you know what, I'm finna go ahead and spit this 16.
Like Ice Spice.
You know, Ice Spice. Honestly, I think she's. I think Ice Spice actually does have talent, and yes, I think Ice Spice does have talent. Although she goes about it the wrong way, she's still growing. Just as you just said, Godzilla. You know, you got to remember when you were just 19 and you were 20 years old, what you were doing, thinking about the thoughts that you were.
I said some things that nobody in this room want to hear when I was that age.
Right.
I promise you.
Facts. But
Trying to figure it out.
But if you think about the genius of Ice Spice, right? What she really did is she actually flipped a New York drill rap, and she's just talking about girl things over it. Nobody was doing that before. Everybody's just talking about drill rap things. I'm finna go rob this person, do X, Y, and Z over it. But then her content is more okay. I'm gonna do. I can't spit a bar right now, but she just flipped it and made it a girl type of thing, and that's why I think you see a Nicki Minaj trying to work with her on top of a Nicki Minaj trying to still captivate the game with her being in the game for over 14 years now, 14, 15 years. So,
and I think that when it comes to music, we forget the other word that's attached to it. It's called the music business, and sex sells. Sex sells, and it's all about the bottom line. And right now, it's not about talent; it's about popularity. Especially with TikTok, social media. Right now, they're not developing artists anymore. If you ain't got a following, if you can't get, you know, it's a billion. Yeah, it's a billion people on social media, and if you can't get nobody to look at your social media, I ain't messing with you. So they need you to do your part now, and it's more easier now than ever to reach people. I see people make reels that go millions of hits. Right now, you don't need the industry to be seen. But if you're going to get in the industry, you better be seen and better be extremely popular.
But there you are. That now we going right back to why hip hop isn't charting,
right?
Because the notoriety and the celebrity and the fame that used to go with records being released to the people are now being released directly into your phone without the aid of a DJ or a radio station. Right, so that definitely changed, and then those songs never get registered.
Right.
So these guys.
That was a big one. I never even thought about the facts that that some of these songs never get registered. Like that's why it's not on Billboard. You don't got your codes together. You don't have your business together. Like that's legit.
Right, and I think that Milwaukee has taken advantage of TikTok and social media because we're getting national attention for our culture through those avenues.
Yeah.
But is it being registered? Is it profitable? Do they have their paperwork together? You know what I mean?
Usually not.
Yeah, so
usually not.
I think they don't know how.
Yeah, like the process to get it registered.
Right.
Yeah, like they don't have someone here from the industry kind of like putting them on game to tell
They
them
don't show
how
up.
they should move.
They
They
don't
show
show up. You definitely can have a seminar and say, here's $25. We're gonna run you everything for your register. They don't show up. I've done it. I've done it numerous times. Now maybe I'm not good at marketing. Maybe they don't. Maybe
making
they don't
sure
wanna
that
know.
they know what's out there. Yeah,
I've done a few of those, and they don't show up.
And the thing is, when I say this young culture with the access of social media and these phones, I mean, you can edit on the phone. You can make a song off the phones now. There's a whole program you can rap on the phone. It'll mix and master it and stick it out there.
I think it just made
the
it too
SoundCloud.
easy.
Yeah.
Well,
It's diluted. Yeah.
Look at Certified Trapper. He's here from Milwaukee. He's blowing up. He actually just signed to Columbia Records probably about a month ago. However, that's what he really did. He just took his phone, started rapping into his phone, put the beat behind it. It may not have been the best of quality.
Right.
However, he was able to gain a following through that. Right. And he was also able to shoot his own music videos. So I think especially where we're at right now, I think people want to see your journey. They want to see your growth. Because when I listen to Certified Trapper's music now versus a year ago. I do hear the quality coming up. However, when I hear the context of his messaging, I feel like it's definitely poison to the ear. And when you're talking about, this is the music business, Meek Mill had just came out and said, the music business is trying to make certain that you're only making a particular style of rap.
More ignorant style.
More ignorant, more shoot.
There's a lot of money in it. He got paid for doing more. He got paid more money to do ignorant style of music.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a way to sell your people out without, you even realizing what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's not in other genres either like that.
Yeah, I mean country music. They'll talk about what our boy say. What did he say? I lost my girl to the Texas coast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Red.
Yeah, Jarvis Red.
Jarvis Red. Yeah.
Jarvis.
He's over here talking about he's over here talking about in country the fact that he's lost his girl to the Texas coast because the Texas coast is so beautiful. Why can't hip hop do the same thing, and why can't that be a popular song right now? Right?
I think because that won't sell with society.
Nah, it's not that it won't sell. It's just because we've been programmed to think a certain way about hip hop.
Right.
Let me.
But that's why it won't sell.
Give me a second, real quick. Melvin Van Peebles was a filmmaker in the 60s. He was a revolutionary filmmaker, and he made a lot of movies that talked about black people rising up. Those movies gave way to the pimp movies, the blaxploitations, the Mac, the Superfly. So when those movies begin to fortify the community, because you could see how we could think and come up together, right away Hollywood gave us movies that gave us some other imagery to distract us from those messages, and now and it gave rise to the pimp, player, and hustler. Those films specifically, right? And so what you had when you had music again fortified with Public Enemy and X-Clan and Paris and the like. Again, what you had was those same powers come through and give you NWA and the Ghetto Boys as a way to take that message, because we learned way more about the slave trade through Public Enemy records than the MPS books will ever have it.
Right.
The Cash Songs of the world.
Cold-hearted fact, man.
And we listened to rap to get the information.
Yes, we did. So when that message became something that we got too much of, what you got was the messaging that came after that. Now I give you one more. The largest investor in for-profit prisons in the United States of America is the Vanguard Investment Group.
Right.
The Vanguard Investment Group's next largest investment in their portfolio is music and entertainment and film. So the same people who are if you're the largest investor in prisons, what does that make you in music? Does that make you Universal?
Yeah.
Who does that make you? So you can't say, hey, go to jail, do some crime, come on, all your homies is here, you can kick it, it's a little ranch, but we can make records, man, you can kick it, it's a ranch. You're marketing from the people who won't allow Too Short to make another record like The Ghetto.
Right.
So sometimes that's the same people.
Right. And I say Ice Cube been making his rounds on a lot of podcasts, and Ice Cube is one of my favorite artists, hip hop artists. I mean, if I had to pick one artist that I feel like I can relate to the most, is Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Because he was able to take an ideal of rap and turn it into movies and other things. Now he runs the big three.
In a positive way.
Yeah, he was able to, are we there yet? You know what I mean?
Family movies.
And he was able to show that it's not about music, it's about a culture. Mm-hmm. It's not just one thing. Hip hop is multiple ideas.
But what was Ice Cube talking about before he was able to evolve to that level? And then it goes right back to what the messaging in music is right now, and that it's just going to have to be somebody from that message to rise up to lead people out of that message.
Yeah.
So I think that what you're talking about and what you're looking for, we still have to go through the cycle in order to get that one person that's going to deliver the ears to something greater.
Right.
But look at how old Ice Cube ended up being to actually turn his mind around and put that in place.
Because now he's talking giving us the knowledge. Are we listening to him right now? I mean,
and his records specifically now, if you listen to Mount Westmore, if his records specifically now are more geared towards just being an entrepreneur and thinking of watching the traps.
Right.
So he's still telling ghetto stories, but they're more about the traps, not about glorifying dope
or gang violence.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. We're still maturing in hip hop. We have been only around for 50 years. We still got hundreds of years to go. And I think that right now hip hop is actually now the women are getting their turn. Like Zilla said, it was a long time where they were only picking one woman every 2 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or she had to come out of a crew.
Yeah.
Or somebody had to bring her through. Yeah. Now it's just women just saying, hey, I want to rap. And they have the ability to touch audiences from their cell phone.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful about all music at this point. Is that it's just so accessible, and that changed it from when I first started to where you had to have keyboards, mixers, and all this other stuff. Now you just need a phone, and everything I could do 20 years ago, you can do right now.
Right. Upload an app.
I hate it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that.
What don't you like?
All of it. I just don't like how oversaturated it is, and I know I'm trying to be optimistic. You know, I tell Ben this all the time.
I feel like you're holding back, though.
No, I'm not at all. I tell Ben all the time how I don't know how we are going to kind of shift this hip hop narrative of how it is right now into something more positive, just because of the younger generation and how I see what they're interested in and what they like to do and how different they are from when we were kids or even when you were a child or you were a child. So I just don't know how we're going to turn it around, because the positive stuff right now, like let's say the Lil Russells or the Simbas of the world who are kind of, is Simba independent? He's not independent. He's with the label.
No, he's with the label now.
But just more so like the positive music and the positive sounds, they're not being pushed hard enough.
They're not being backed by the major dollars.
Yeah, they're not being backed by the dollars, and not even that. The consumers don't even really want to listen to it. Like, I try to put people on to Lil Russell. They're like, he's just too positive for me. I can't get with it. I can't hear that in the club.
I don't want to hear no life rap.
Yeah, like they don't want to hear the life rap. So I just wonder, where will we be in another 10 years with the music?
When we come back.
Hey, look, when we come back, we in the studio with Godzilla, Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Music Heroes, hosted by Benjamin. Also joining us, Carrie Noni, in the building. When we come back, we have more discussion. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Tory Lowe, and the time is now, Milwaukee. I believe the people who listen to the Tory Lowe Show are ready for real change in the community and love to bring all the smoke. Tap in, Truth Nation, to the Tory Lowe Show every day from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The movement continues. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Making healthier food choices doesn't have to be hard or expensive. You can ensure your children and family get the nutrition they need by making every meal a My Plate meal. Choose healthy items like low-sodium vegetables, fruits canned in 100% juice, whole grains, lean proteins, and low-fat dairy. Also, buying in-season produce from your local farmer's market, using food share at your local grocery store, or use of the mobile market are all easy ways to save money on food. Make every meal a My Plate meal to make you and your family healthier. Learn more about healthy eating and how you can support nutritious foods for families at www.hungertaskforce.org/myplate.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Are you a true hip-hop enthusiast looking to immerse yourself in the rich history and culture of hip-hop? Look no further. The Milwaukee Hip Hop Museum is here to take you on a journey like no other. Join the Milwaukee Hip Hop Museum for fascinating exhibitions Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Their guided tours will take you on a journey from the golden era of hip-hop all the way to present day. To schedule an appointment, go to MilwaukeeHipHopPopup.com. Mic check 1 2 1 2. The Milwaukee Hip Hop Museum is here for you.
Why? Why take a chance? Why risk a mistake? Why say something? We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my family.
I see safe for my friends.
I see say for my students.
We see say for each other.
I see say because all of this matters.
We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies this community we're all a part of. So protect your everyday. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And now I'm here, and you're sitting there cold stairs. Wishing you was here when back then I'd be right there. But I had to leave to treat myself fair, cause you never could've. And ever since I chose to stay true, say motherfucker me, no motherfucker you. You couldn't trust me, I couldn't trust you, but you never should've. And now I'm here, and you're sitting there cold stairs. Wishing you was here when back then I'd be right there. But I had to leave to treat myself fair, cause you never could've. And you never would've, cause I have to take shots if you ever could've.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. August is Black Business Month, and the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is teaming up with Associated Bank to celebrate the excellence of Black-owned businesses in our community. Together, we're committed to uplifting local organizations and supporting Black businesses. This is why Carrie Noni will be spotlighting 4 Black businesses in Milwaukee and telling the stories of their success. Be sure to follow 1017 The Truth on social media and YouTube so you can watch the incredible stories of these Black-owned businesses. Truth Nation, we encourage you to buy Black all month long. Whatever your financial needs are, Associated Bank can help. Remember FDIC. Hey, look, Hometown Music Thursday, Hometown Music Heroes. We got Godzilla in the building. We got Benjamin in the building and Carrie Noni in the building.
Hey.
And we've been having a great conversation about the state of hip-hop because it's 50 years now.
50
years. Godzilla turning 50. He has an event, his birthday event, that'll be coming up Friday, August 25th. It'll start, he said the show starts at 10 p.m. Once again at the Company Brewing, 735 East Center Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the thing is, we're standing here in 2023, and when we're talking about artists in hip hop having charted, up high on some of these charts.
Yeah.
But also we're seeing a whole bunch of female rappers now in the game, where at one point it was a female rapper coming out every other year. Mm-hmm. Now they're everywhere.
Right.
Like Carrie said, some of the biggest songs in rap right now are by women.
Right.
Yep.
The Sexy Reds of the world, the Ice Spices of the world,
the Glorrillas of the world. Gotta get my girl in there.
Let's go!
Well, we got Black Conscious on the line. Let's hear what Black Conscious got to say. If you want to join the conversation today, 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Black Conscious, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
God yourself in good health, King. What's up, Noni? Godzilla, my brother. What it do? So listen, I was speaking on the plot of hip hop and how it has declined, but it can all get back to what we know and love if we stop taking this, selling our soul to the industry to put out, the current garbage that they're currently putting out. That's just the way I feel. You got wholesomeness that's going on, and with the message that they're sending, like my brother Godzilla there, it leaves hopes for us. But too much of the people in these industries are guiding this into the wrong direction.
I agree. The powers that be that fund things, like Meek Mill said. Meek Mill said that he gets more money for his more ignorant ideas. And he's just being honest.
And
that's what they're giving him the money for.
The whole thing is to make money, but are you doing it with the idea of setting positivity out to the youth that is listening to you, or are you just putting stuff out just to get that advancement check and then regret it later?
They trying to get that money, and that's what it looked like. But I'll say this, for him to come and talk in these groups to let everybody know what's going on, I think that sometimes we're not in these rooms. We only hear rumors of what took place, but to have artists like Crazy Bone or Ice Cube or Meek Mill or even Godzilla, who does a lot of work in the industry to come and talk about what's really happening, then it gives us the power to change or make our own transitions.
I totally agree with you on that one. And Godzilla, I'll be down there for your birthday, man. Celebrate and kick it off with you in style.
All right, thank you so much, boss. Appreciate it, man. Gonna turn up. Turned off for what?
Yes, sir. But you know where we go way back though, brother.
I wasn't on the air. Who am I talking to?
This Black Conscious.
Okay.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
boss? What's up? Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna say one thing, and you know who I am, Moody Pooh.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, you ain't got to say nothing else. I know exactly who you are.
Yeah, we ain't gonna put no government names out here, but you know, and if you have another performance, I won't flake on you this time. I'll come through there and represent free of charge.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right, love, brother.
All right, love you too, man.
King. All right, Noni.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hey, look, like I said, the one thing is we can have these discussions right now in 2023 because a long time ago, a lot of the game was hidden.
Mm-hmm.
It was hidden from us. We just saw, we saw TLC and we thought the Left Eye and Chili and T-Boz, we thought they were the biggest artists in the world. But then you hear the aftermath of that.
Rob without a gun.
Right. And even with Whitney Houston, her publishing, like we hear all of these ideas afterwards. Now we've lived long enough to see some of our favorite artists like Prince, Michael Jackson. We saw when they started. We saw the ending, DMX. Now we're seeing the back end, and it wasn't what we saw in the mainstream.
Right, for sure. The narrative about what we make in that discussion in general, I have a confession to make to everyone sitting here. I don't listen to nothing that's out on the radio. I don't listen to none of today's music. I don't listen to any of it. I would rather read a book. And as far as books go, I have been reading Rick Rubin's book. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. And if you're a creative, this is like taking your creativity and supercharging it and giving you a lot of good life hacks, if you will, in order to create better art. And so what I try to do when I hit the studio, I don't even really have beats pre-made. Somebody comes in and they sing the hook, or they might send me a voicemail with a hook on it, and I make the beat based upon what it is that they heard in their heart, or that vibration I can feel off of them. So I don't even have those pre-made, and I just try and keep my narrative in the moment and keep my art. I think that if I spend too much time looking at what other people is doing, then I ain't worried about what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't listen to much.
Godzilla, what's a life hack that you learned from Rick Rubin's book that you implemented like literally the next day?
One life hack that was in the book was don't throw a project out when you first start it just because instantly it isn't something that grabs you. Work with it. Mold the clay just a little bit before you decide that the idea is dead. Another life hack that you have in there is wearing the same clothes every day, the same outfit every day.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein owned
simplicity.
He owned 7 gray suits. Right. There's no creativity that goes into what I'm going to wear today. I don't have to worry about these shoes match with this. It's all black. That's it. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna wear black.
I like that. I definitely buy into that because sometimes when you're a creative, when you have to think about a lot of things, you don't want to think about nothing simple. So the things I eat are very simple. The things my clothes are very simple. Even when I go get a car, just as long as it runs, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to get so complex in everything. Because sometimes we have to think 24/7 about when you're creative. Your mind is going 24/7. It's hard to even go to sleep sometimes because your mind is still racing.
And I have to manage my stress because of how much that we do.
Right.
And now I'm trying to go. I'm late and I can't find my shoes. Right, that go with this. I don't need that. And so those are just little things that I agree. Those are just little things that I got out of the book. There's a time and place to be that, but for my day to day,
it takes up too much energy.
Sometimes. Yeah. So
unless you really got to get out here for your birthday,
I'm still gonna be in all black. It's a uniform for me at this point. It's Gotham City. I live in the Narrows, and it's full of jokers.
That's why you got your Batman on
all day.
But what are some of the notable things? It's 50 years of hip hop. What are some of the things that you notice that stick out the most? Like when it comes to the transitions, what sticks out to you the most? The biggest things that you note when you hear things when it comes to music.
What do you mean? You have to elaborate.
Like let's say like when we came up, we had like LL Cool J. We had artists that were really trying to be really extremely talented.
Okay.
Now we have kind of a cookie cutter sound where 50 artists can have the same sound.
Right. I understand what you're saying. I think I understand what you're getting at. And this goes back to a question. I actually had the same discussion with Slug from Atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
I had this exact same discussion and the same question because as a teacher, I had a classroom full of students who wanted to make records that sounded like Atmosphere. And he's, life has to imitate art.
Right.
And everyone has to start somewhere. So when you're looking at the next group of hopefuls is only going to do what they see and see people getting paid for.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, somebody has to break out from that and develop themselves. And that's what we as OGs are supposed to do. And I can tell you, OGs, you want to know what the problem is? The problem is OGs dropped the damn ball with the latest generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's period point blank. The OGs dropped the ball when they decided we don't like this artist, we don't like that artist.
Right.
They forgot what it felt like when jazz artists told Stetsasonic that jazz wasn't real music, or told the East Coast, or when the East Coast told the West Coast that wasn't real music, or when both coasts tried to tell the South that wasn't real music.
Right.
And then the next generation came up with what their sound was, and then all the OGs basically was like, that's not music.
Right.
And all your influence went out the door right
Right. And they basically wiped themselves out.
And I can tell you that as an OG who wasn't in that party, I'm kicking it, Jack.
So how would you say they should have done it? Because I noticed that a lot of these younger artists, they don't really respect their elders or the people who came before them anyway. They don't
because they weren't embraced.
They didn't put their arms around them and say, "Come here, here's my studio, open the door."
Yeah.
I had the very fortunate privilege of being somebody who got a chance to study under Lonzo Williams. And you probably don't know the name Lonzo Williams, but he was the guy who created the World Class Wrecking Crew. And so when I was
spun Dr. Dre.
That's where Dr. Dre came from. He discovered Dr. Dre. Right. The club, the Eve After Dark that they was performing on in the Super Bowl, I didn't hit that same stage and did it. And what they had was Lonzo was way older than them. And so somebody who was older than them, who wasn't into making the kind of records that they was into making, opened the studio up and said, okay, y'all can be here as long as you want, but you hit record, you got to pay me for my tape easy. But he gave him that floor.
Gave him the room, yeah.
So when Ice Cube went and got his star on the Walk of Fame, he thanked Lonzo first.
Right.
So I'm hoping that with something like what me and B Justice created now with the help of those studios, which was the Key Live, and now is If You Know, You Know, the TV show. I'm hoping we do create a platform where we got a whole bunch of young talent that we can take in the studio and help create that narrative as OGs to show the responsibility that has to be within those messages. But to pontificate or be somebody's grandfather-ish talking, especially when you got the young heads, you don't know, like, you know what? That's dope. Even if I ain't listening to it, I want to find your expression. I want to tap into the art that brought you to that point. I want to understand what life you lived that brought you to these conclusions in these records, because without the stories that you have in the ghetto, without the problems we have in the ghetto, half of these records don't exist no way.
Right.
And so if I can begin to work with the young artists to address those things, and I believe the most powerful records are the records that are about life and the human condition. I love talent, I love bars, but the exact moment of, hey, I got to get up and I'm starting a new job, or I just got fired. Those are two emotions that everybody can tap into, just like a breakup,
everyday things.
Like a breakup or an infatuation. I think that's what I strive for. But for me to give anybody else and say, here, as an artist, I want to understand your energy and talk to you as a person about your energy before I try to correct your records.
Nah, that's very interesting. You put it that way, Godzilla, because even when it comes down to, like we said before, the OGs didn't embrace the new rappers. I think even today, right, the OGs didn't even embrace like people who would consider GOATs. Like Melly Mel just dissed Eminem, and he didn't get any brownie points for it, you know? And it's one of these things, Eminem has already solidified himself. But I really actually want to hit our text line right now. If you guys are feeling this conversation right now, want to give your discourse about how you feel about hip-hop turning 50, the evolution of hip-hop, make certain that you do text in 833-212-1017. But Craig on the text line right now said he believes that hip-hop is in a transition. Hip-hop is a constantly evolving, steadily relevant culture. Forged that's got chapters, all right, that are being written daily as the page turns to the next. This chapter of popular artist rap will change again, and what it brings when it does will still be trend-setting and revolutionary. What I want to ask you, Godzilla, is what part of transition period do you feel that we're in right now? Because I call myself like a music historian. I like to think about like hip hop in the rock and roll stages, right? Like NWA was just straight out the gate rock and roll. I feel like once we got to the Young Thug generation, we started putting auto-tune on there. I feel like hip hop turned to punk rock at that point. Where do you feel like we at now, or where are we gonna go?
I think it's completely speculative, but I think I'm glad you brought up Young Thug in the way that he presents himself, because if you really take a look at that, it seems like a 20-year cycle on Prince's steez. You see what I'm saying? It's a 20
I didn't think about it like
right?
that.
It's a 20. The moment they began to criticize Young Thug for his persona, you had to ask the question: why was everybody okay with Prince in panties on a Dirty Mind cover?
I mean, hey, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five was looking a little crazy too.
They were, and so I'm glad you said that. And so what phase are we in right now? I think we've walked through a stage of expressionism where it really didn't matter what you said as long as the vibration happened.
Yeah.
I think that was a big deal. I think that consciousness will take a turn around the corner again, but I don't know how much hopes I have in it. And it's something that I would say to Tori here, is we still haven't addressed the popularity of narcotics in music culture. And when I was a kid, I'll date myself right here, but it was a violation if you decided you was going to engage in some sort of narcotics. Right. One of your homies at your social club was going to have a word with you about that. And so you take what we have and I ain't gonna lie, drugs and alcohol have always been a part of music, not hip hop.
I'm your pusher man.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
All have always been, but one thing I believe we didn't have that we have in Milwaukee that's unique that they didn't deal with, the pipes weren't leaching lead back then. And so what we dealing with, and you and I had extensive work on this. We did records about it together. Right. We're dealing with a drug culture and a poison culture because of the toxicity and just the things that we're eating, drinking, and consuming every day. So there's a lot that evolution that humanity in general, I think, needs to go through, not just hip hop. And I think that's probably a bigger narrative than hip hop today. But 50 years, I guess that's what I'm seeing. I see hopefully a turn into consciousness. You had to have Rapper's Delight in order to get to Fight the Power, and I think that you're going to have today's records in order to find that next voice to lead us, into
hey,
the future.
Look, 833-212-1017. Talk to text, 833-212-1017. It's 50 years of hip-hop. We got Godzilla in the building. His 50th birthday. He's having a birthday bash at Company Brewing, 735 East Center Street. Show starts at 10 p.m. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get on the lines. We got Mr. Moore on the lines. We're going to hear from him when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When you choose Ascension Wisconsin for your family's care needs, you'll get the right care at the right place at the right time, and you'll get an entire team ready to care for your family. Family medicine doctors care for the whole family, and Ascension Wisconsin will help make sure your family is up to date on screenings and yearly wellness checks. Ascension also cares for you when you are sick and helps manage ongoing chronic conditions. If you don't have a primary care doctor, go to GetAscensionWisconsinCare.com to find one today.
Brewers action heats up with the battle against the Padres. Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Join the crew at the Friday night series opener for Harry Potter Night, presented by Wintrust. And don't miss the game on Saturday, August 26th for a Rowdy Tellez bobblehead giveaway, featuring the Brewers slugger and his pet dogs, courtesy of Toyota. Get your tickets at brewers.com/promotions.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Over the past 2 years, I've been very intentional about self-care, including clinical therapy. And one of the many lessons that I've learned includes the biggest one that I've applied, and that is letting go. Oftentimes, we feel as though that we have to hold on to certain relationships, whether it's professional or personal, because we feel a sense of obligation. However, within that relationship, you're always feeling as though it's difficult to love you. You're a bad person. You're not good. Combined with what we're hearing and reading on social media and other news platforms. I want to remind you, as I've learned and gained through therapy, that in any relationship that you're in, it should be elevating your happiness. It should be elevating your joy. It should be providing you prosperity and peace. Don't get me wrong. In any relationship, there's misunderstandings, there's miscommunications, and that's where, as human beings, we allow the relationship to be bigger than that particular incident and say, you know what? When you said this or when you did this, it made me feel this. I may be totally misinterpreting it, but I just wanted you to understand how it made me feel. And in those situations where the continuous behavior makes you feel as though, again, that you're bad or that you're not good, or it's just always exhausting to be in that relationship, let it go. And you can release with love. You can let that person know we're no longer compatible. This does not feel good. I release you, and I release you with love. Let everything that is not bringing you value go so you can be around people, places, and things that bring out the best in you. You deserve it.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Tellez weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Tune into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the debut of the Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness Show. I will be joined by representatives from CLAW to discuss who the organization is and the goals they have for Black women. We will also discuss some of the most pressing issues facing Black women in Milwaukee. Again, that is the Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness Show this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Educators Credit Union is dedicated to celebrating diversity in the cities where they live and work. Because of this dedication, they support Black businesses not just during National Black Business Month, but throughout the year. Supporting Black businesses boosts local economies, produces jobs, and helps entrepreneurs achieve their dreams. Educators Credit Union will continue sharing the stories of Black businesses, building relationship with businesses in local communities, and buying from these businesses. Learn more about their community partnerships at ECU.com.
Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy, or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
This one right here goes out to every woman whose heart I've ever broken.
I truly apologize. And I can tell you that it doesn't feel good when it happens to you. So from the bottom of my heart, please forgive me. Thank you so much. I don't think she wants me. It really don't feel like it. I've been trying to deny it. What the hell she mean by it? I don't think she wants me. So say the voices in my head, not understanding what she said. If she leaves me, then I'm dead. She needs some time off. Now what the f*** I'm supposed to do with that? I'm getting hot, can you please turn down the thermostat? A man shouldn't cry, so I'm holding tears back. Why do she wanna kill me?
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. Hometown Music Thursdays. Hometown Hero Thursdays, hosted by Benjamin in the building.
It's amazing.
Godzilla is in the building. A wizard. The music wizard.
Music studio wizard.
The music studio wizard is in the building. And Carrie Noni is in the building. We talking 50 years of hip hop. We talking about where we at in 2023. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got Mr. Moore on the line. Let's see what Mr. Moore got to say about this hip hop 50. Hey, Brother Moore.
What up? How you doing? How y'all fellas doing and how you young ladies doing? You know what I'm saying? That's my intro. But check this out. Hey, yo, look. I remember back in the days when I first started understanding what rap was. My uncle bumped Scotland Rock. Scotland Rock had them all. Man, that's when I got caught up in the music, and it was BDP. But I didn't know that was East Coast. And then a guy from Milwaukee named Stricky Love. They used to let me hear his music, and I was just infatuated by rap, but I couldn't rap, so I ended up being a dancer, going to contests at Sonny's on Broadway, and man, it was like, to me, a lot of this genre came from right here in Milwaukee. A lot of this music started right here in our city.
All right. Hey, what do you think about that, Godzilla?
Milwaukee has a very, very rich history of music, and peace to Strick. And Strick has definitely left his imprint and his mark on here, especially the hip hop that we had back in the day, man. I mean, you can only stand on the shoulders of the people that came before you if you're gonna see farther than them. You know what I mean?
I'm with that. You know what? Since we got you here, Godzilla, one question I want to ask, because Milwaukee has been featured in the Rolling Stone magazine for the hip hop scene. Milwaukee
and Pitchfork.
Oh yeah, you're right. And Pitchfork did just post about us as well. What do you think it'll take for Milwaukee to blow up to be a mecca, if you will, like an ATL or like a New York? I feel like our time is coming.
I think that what you'll probably have is you're going to have one or two really nice successful situations come out of here that are music production companies that'll put a couple artists out. Mm-hmm. I think that here's the way I can explain this. The way I can explain this is this, and you have to look at it in terms of who's going to make a hit record. That's just what it boils down to. Who's going to drop a hit, right? So I basically lived my life and got my start, my foot wet in the door because Cuckoo Cal dropped in my projects. Right?
In my project,
I'm forever thankful for that song because I didn't have anything to do with it. Right? Big Hank made the record, but because it happened, and when Hank
salute to Big Hank,
the genius,
a part of the Milwaukee hip hop history.
We're going all there today because Steve-O should be on his way in here shortly. We're going to do all that today, But yeah, so with that situation, when Cuckoo started recording with me after the song happened, it opened up all kind of doors for me that wasn't open. Now, because that happened, And I'll tell you, we had a school in Madison for recording called Madison Media Institute. That school really existed as a recording school because Butch Vig came out of Madison and gave us Nirvana. And like all of the people that worked in the studio then qualified to be teachers. So
wow.
So you look at an economy that took place in Minneapolis. Minneapolis had 3 recording schools at one point. I give you one guess why. Everybody that had worked with Prince had helped to create a bigger situation. So,
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis.
Timmy Jam, Terry Lewis, but everybody that had worked in those studios, like me, that got money up out of that situation and put it back into the community. When you're talking about the actual blow up of it, what we're talking about is the economy that a hit record brings to the city.
Right.
And so you see something like what Lakia has going on, or any of the other really great acts that we have.
Shout out to Lakia.
That money, Chad just bought a house here. That money is being spent here. You see what I'm saying? And so when you think about that, it is coming, but I guess I say it to you like this. You don't know it when you're in it. You'll only know it when it's over. You don't know it when you're in it. You'll only know it when it's over. When it did happen and the money ain't happening like it was no more.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a good run. It wasn't going to last forever.
Wow. Hey.
So Milwaukee's in a renaissance, and you won't actually really understand the impact of that renaissance until some caller calls in and says, yo, I remember 20 years ago I was doing the If You Know You Know show with B Justice and Godzilla, and that helped me kick mine because it was a bunch of first timers there, and we breaking new artists every week, boss. I love it.
That's what's up. Hey, look, we're in the studio with Godzilla, Hometown Music Thursdays, Hometown Music Heroes, hosted by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Carrie Noni in the building. Hey, look, I'm telling you, like these conversations, music has a huge influence on our lives. And for it to be 50 years of hip hop, I've been knowing hip hop my whole life. So I don't even know what life was without it. I remember when I used to hide my NWA CD because my grandma was listening to the Williams Brothers.
Hey, man, make records or die, man. That's for me, right? I got my new album dropping tomorrow, which we haven't said. It's called God Mode. So that drops tomorrow. That drops at midnight. And the QR code is on the back of my flyer if you happen to get one.
That's what's up.
It'll take you right to the album.
How many albums you got, Godzilla?
About 17, 18.
Man. Hey, look. When we come back, we got some more guests coming through, and we want to hear more about Godzilla's journey, because you got a long journey, when it comes to music. I mean, I bet you got plenty songs lined up on Spotify. How many songs you got registered on Spotify, Godzilla?
I don't know, because as we get Steve-O in here and we start talking about these movies, I can only tell you what my publishing says, and it's like 300 titles in there. But it's because I score all the movies. The Trust Nobody one,
you score movies, right?
The Hole in the Wall for Baby Drew that's playing at Mayfair tomorrow. I scored that, and I'm singing like Curtis Mayfield in it. So we got
Steve-O joining us, and we got
Baby Drew
on the lines. Hey, look, check out the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Stay locked in.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 101.7 The Truth is the proud new home of Marquette University High School football. Be sure to tune in to Marquette Hilltoppers football every Friday night at 7 p.m. as we bring you some of the best gridiron action in the area. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Leff's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
Thank you, Truth Nation. Your willingness to share your stories with our community has helped make the Tory Lowe Show a 2-time first-place Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Award winner.
Hey, I'm tapping in for the Milwaukee County Jail. Yeah, man, they treating us real bad up in here, man. I mean, they had us sleeping in feces and urine. They took the batteries from us, told us there wasn't no batteries in stock. I ain't never heard that in my life.
We do this all for you, Milwaukee. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I know how much you love listening to me bring all the smoke each and every day from 1 to 4, but now, not only can you hear me bring all the smoke, you can watch me bring all the smoke because the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is streaming live Watch all your favorite shows live.
Yeah, Truth Nation, you heard Tori Lowe, right? We are streaming all of our shows live every day. To watch the best radio station with the best on-air hosts in Milwaukee, you have to go to 1017thetruth.com and click the Watch Live link. From there, you'll be able to stream us on YouTube and Twitter and get an inside look on all the fun, like watching me from noon to 1 as I do my daily fire freestyle live. Now you know your girl got them bars, right, Benjamin?
Yeah, Mel, you got them bars, and the truth is must-see TV. So make sure y'all tap in to see my boy Tori Lowe and my girl Melanie Ricks to do their thing live every day by streaming 101.7 The Truth on YouTube and Twitter. We live, baby.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org.
Join the livest radio show in Milwaukee, Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Listen every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this nigga. I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show. Live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tori Lowe Show this Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Hometown Music Thursdays, hometown Hero Thursdays right here on the Tory Lowe Show, hosted by Benjamin. We got Godzilla in the building. The studio wizard, the music wizard right here, native, right here in the city of Milwaukee. And his birthday is coming up tomorrow. He's turning 50
tomorrow,
along with hip hop. And the show starts at 10 p.m. at Company Brewing, 735 East Center Street. How you doing, Godzilla?
I'm good. My album drops at midnight.
You got an album dropping at midnight tonight
called God Mode.
What should people be looking forward to when they listening to God Mode?
Man, you know what? I was on this thing with choirs, man. You know, I was
spiritual.
Well, more so creatively.
Okay.
Creatively. I was on this thing with choirs, and then I
was
like
Kanye West.
Yeah, but I was into transforming the choirs. So the choirs ain't just coming on going, the choir's going, So it's a lot of that I was really playing with in this album. And I think that musically, like when I'm creating records, I try to create a palette from one end to the other that gives you a listening experience when you jam the whole thing. And hopefully you will. But at midnight, man, God Mode comes out on every platform tonight.
Hey, look, also, we have a movie situation that's going on with Baby Drew.
Baby Drew.
Milwaukee native Baby Drew.
The legend.
The OG, the urban hero. Baby Drew.
The ghetto hero.
Hey, the ghetto hero. The ghetto hero. That's right.
Put some respect on my homie, man.
Hey.
This is,
the ghetto
my
hero.
generation.
The country boy.
Right here,
hey,
man.
look. Walk on water, all of that.
Tiptoed on hot chocolate, man.
Baby Drew is on the lines. How you doing, Baby Drew?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for the introduction. It sounded like I was finna jump in the middle of a boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I want to say in advance, happy birthday. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that was you said something cool thing, Drew. That was the ding. Yeah, Drew said something cool ding. Don't.
The boxing.
Okay.
Bet.
Yeah.
Fight.
Okay, cool. So I want to say happy birthday to my man Godzilla in advance. You know what I mean? And happy birthday to hip hop. And you guys are doing a great job with this platform y'all got going on. And if I could, I mean, unless y'all wanted to say something before, but I want to elaborate on the history of the Milwaukee thing.
Come right ahead.
Okay. Originally I was from Chicago. I was about 10 years old. My sister had moved from Chicago to Milwaukee. Chicago was mainly and mostly about house music, and they came back to visit, and she brought me a Beastie Boy tape, and she brought me like dude said, Criminal Minded tape, and Eric B. and Rakim, I came through the door. I said it before, and things like that. So that's when I first grabbed a hold. You know, so I was in Chicago, mind you, and like I said, like a lot of things it came through Milwaukee first, and we're north of Chicago. But what I wanted to say, as far as the hip hop, y'all forgot about y'all didn't mention Kid Crab, who was Strictly Love's partner. We had Diane Bree, we had Osnola, we had Do It to Death, we had River Reality, we had Ice Monso. We had a thick. Do have thick roots of the boot camp, who was now known as the Take Them Seeds, and countless others, Play Smooth and things like that.
Top Floor.
And yes, Top Floor, indeed. And what I wanted to say was, in addition to that, to make us a stronger movement, we have to get a sound, and we all have to agree on it. We have to move as one. Like the Baby Drew Challenge proved that we can be on the same page. That's what will make us a strong unit, not just as a city, but as a state. Like when you don't just talk about comedy LA, they talk about the California lifestyle that they live. They don't just talk about one city, the Bay Area. They don't talk about Oakland, or they don't just talk about Sacramento by itself. They call it the area.
Hold on once, Drew. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, there is a record made by Trax Sanders and Don the Jeweler, the producer, and it's a Baby Drew challenge. Basically, Trax redid Goldfingers, but he sang it in some today R&B crazy stuff, and he left the second verse open for anybody who wanted to bring it, and they're going to do something with these Baby Drew challenges. And, man, the challenges just poured in. It was the hottest thing, man. It was so hot, and it was so beautiful to see everybody giving Drew what Drew deserved, man. But back to you, Drew, so everybody know what you're talking about.
And the challenge was remarkable. Thank you for letting them know what I was talking about, because I did kind of skip over that because I didn't want to be too long-winded. But if we get it, like I call that the barcode, not because they behind bars, but just because they're locked in on something that they was like not even born when it came out. Goldfinger is a song I did 25 years ago. You know what I mean? So it all comes with nurturing and, you know what I'm saying, teaching. Because it was, no, forget them old cats. Now they have turned over to say, respect them old cats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they now starting to understand what tradition is, because you can't go forward if you don't know where it came from. Even though, you know what I'm saying, we're not looking back at the past, but we do have to, you know, it recycles itself and it starts all over, just like everything come back, just like fashion. So, other with that, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and talk before I start.
No, I want to hold on, baby dude. You ain't done yet.
But he got a couple of events. Make sure we get to the events before we hit the time.
Yeah, because you got something going on Friday.
Yes, I do.
No,
I have something going on tonight. I got a performance at Mr. B's in celebration of Hip Hop Week. I can tell it's Hip Hop Week because I'm busier than a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest. So I have the show tonight with Cigarette Break, which is a live band performance celebrating Hip Hop Week. I'll be there with Godzilla tomorrow, partying for his birthday down there at the what it's called, the
Company Brewing.
The Company Brewing, you know what I'm saying? We're going to throw down with that. You have a big selection of artists down there. It's like it's going to be a concert, and I'm talking about this shit. I mean, from the lineup, it's going to be great. It's going to be something, you know what I'm saying, you're going to go home and talk about. So make sure you need to be in attendance of that. And the day after that is the premiere, the red carpet premiere at Mayfair Mall for the movie The Hole in the Wall.
Right.
Which was a storyline. Yep. Should I go on about that movie?
Go on about the movie. Tell them about the movie, Drew.
Hey, Drew, look, this is your first movie. Is this your first movie starring in the movie? First time starring in the movie?
It's my first time starring in the movie, but
right.
I have had cameo appearances, yes.
But this is you with the lead role. Like this you getting your Denzel Washington on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it that far yet, but thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think that much of me, then that means I got to shoot for that.
Hey,
you know
look, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, look, you representing the culture right now.
Right, and that was a storyline created by me that, you know what I'm saying. Steve-O said you said you had a script, and I thought he was gonna laugh at me. He said, "Let me hear it. Let me see it then." You know what I'm saying? Now, I gave him that story, and he turned the script. You know what I'm saying? He turned that story into a script, and he let me do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me the opportunity, and he just shot so many different things at me. And him and Godzilla, and with the help of countless others, helped all those things. They gave me so many challenges. The blues album, the Andrew Green blues album, the Dr. Grant album, and he just worked me. He said, "You know what? You've been doing all that other stuff all this time. Try this, try that." And you know what? And I try to climb every mountain. No pun, because we are at the Mountaintop Studios with Godzilla, and I try to climb every mountain they put in front of me. That's why I'm not just a goat. I am the mountain goat. You know what I'm saying? A whole different breed. A whole different breed. A whole different breed. A whole different breed of animal. A whole different breed of animal.
Dig it.
So yeah, that red carpet event, be in attendance. You know what I'm saying, on the 26th.
Tell them what the movie about, Drew. Tell them what the movie's about.
Yeah.
What's the
without giving it away? You never could have been a boss if you never took a loss. You know what I mean? The vices and the, you know what I'm saying, and the people, the places, and the things. You know what I'm saying, that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Either you're gonna make something good come out of it, or you're gonna become a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, you can't make excuses. And it's a feel-good movie. You know what I'm saying? It's about a bar owner, you know what I mean? And he got these things going on, some ups and downs, and eventually he tried to, you know what I'm saying, climb his way up out of it. You know, he had to eventually grow gills so he could swim underwater. But it's a feel-good movie. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of artists and actors in there, like from your Tubi stars. I don't mean just some of them. I mean
Kelly Kells.
Yes,
Myron.
Kelly Kells. Yes, especially, and they still alongside me. R.I.P. 414 Bankhead, you know what I'm saying, who passed away. He's also in there. We got Jamal Gravy, you know what I'm saying, he's in there. And then we got, you know, just all kind of, Steve-O really did his research, and he looked to see what would make this movie an all-star cast, you know what I'm saying, from the underground all the way to the top, you know what I'm saying, because it was something that was a little bit different from the regular Tubi movie, but it's also including all of the Tubi greats, you know what I'm saying, so.
Right.
I don't know where he dug all this money up from, but he got every last one of them.
It's funny,
you know what I mean?
Bro.
So he put his all behind me.
Hey,
and he believed in me.
And let me tell you something, Tubi and all these other like streaming services, a lot of the Milwaukee producers and ideas are blowing up on these streaming services.
And shouts out to Beezy from Detroit, because he's actually when they say a lot of movies coming out of Milwaukee and
Beezy
Detroit.
Jones.
BZ Jones and Steve-O is basically that whole connection is how it's popping.
And Hollywood is on straight.
There it is.
So these
yes,
producers
indeed.
are making big strides right now.
Yes, taking advantage of it. You got Buffalo Entertainment. It's just money, film, and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, scores did by Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? The studio wizard himself. So,
hey, this movie is legitimately funny, bro. This movie is, if you ask me, is Friday funny. And I don't really read scripts, so I just watched the movie. Man, I had to laugh at it. I couldn't even work on it without laughing at the movie.
Oh, wow.
And then the better part is Drew actually gets in and narrates the movie. He's narrating the movie while we kicking it. So just to hear his thought on a movie that he concepted and then brought to life, and it's over the top. It should be a really good time.
All right, look, well, we gonna run the break, but Baby Drew,
boy, you're making me nervous, man. You compared it to like a super great movie, so I hope I'm already nervous. Now you should have been talking about It's Friday. So, hey, well, let's just let the people watch it.
hey, Baby Drew, when we come back, I want to get your opinion on 50 years of hip hop. How you feel about that when we come back? We in the studio with Godzilla, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
In my lifetime, I've watched, we got to intercede when they're in high school. We got to intercede when they're a junior. Intercede when they're a sophomore, freshman. Got to intercede when they're in 8th grade. It's the time in between. Oh, no, it's 6th grade. It's 5th grade. Now we're talking 3rd grade. So at what point will we figure out it's a good time?
Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
At Associated Bank, they know opportunity can't wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their community uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get funds in as little as 1 business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a community uplift loan and other business banking services. Call 800-270-7725. Visit AssociatedBank.com or stop by your local branch. Because you help build the Midwest and your neighborhoods, they got your back. Associated Bank, your money works here. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in this Friday night as the Hilltoppers travel to take on the Catholic Memorial Crusaders. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Leff's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
Looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair Thursday, August 24th, noon to 4 p.m. at Ascension St. Joseph. Located at 5000 West Chambers Street, the job fair is a part of Hip Hop Week MKE 2023 and features employers from Milwaukee's leading employment sectors, including manufacturing, healthcare, hospitality, retail, and more. Sponsored by Alderman Khalif Rainey, Associated Bank, Visit Milwaukee, Milwaukee Brewers, MMAC, The Ray, Forest County, Potawatomi, Matt Talbot, Ascension, General Capital, City of Milwaukee, McDonald's, and Gruber Law Offices.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So, go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe, EP, Godzilla, Midwest Connection, LA, what's up?
This can only be the work of Dr. B.
the hood. EP been all good, performing free for the little kids and stacking up on them canned goods. Plus you know that my plan good because negativity hurt. Poverty in my neighborhood got everybody doing dirt. My last got murked, left his face on a t-shirt. And his baby mama with 5 kids with no time to go to work. But now it's my time to go to work and know that I shine in the dirt. EP going hard to the hearse, trying to crash landing it first. Put my whole heart in this verse, you can see that. The real world so cold-hearted, man, I'm right with my seat back. Can't trust it, just know that. They talk loud, we blow that. Gotta take a picture like Kodak. I'll be at your door like a dope man. LA, what's up?
One-on-one, Serving the Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. Godzilla in the building.
Yo, they playing our record.
They playing our record. We made this in LA. We made this when you was living in LA.
We made this in Los Angeles while shooting a movie, and we shot the video on lunch.
Hey, shot on while we was producing the movie on lunch break.
Yeah. We made a whole movie on lunch break, man. We kicked hard on lunch, man.
Hey, look. Steve-O the cave. Hey,
man,
how you doing, Steve-O?
Good.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, we got Steve-O in the building. We got Baby Drew on the lines. Hey, it's a movie that's coming out, produced by Steve-O.
Yes, produced by Steve-O, story by Baby Drew.
Story by Baby Drew.
Yeah, I listened to that song that just went off. Even though y'all did it in L.A., it don't remind me to nothing else that I heard before. So it makes it's a Milwaukee sounding ass song.
It's all Milwaukee. It's all. We was just in L.A.
Go ahead.
We was having fun out there.
Yeah. Big boss entered the room. Steve-O, yeah.
Hey, Hole in the Wall, the red carpet movie premiere, Saturday, August 26th. Showtime, 7 p.m., AMC Mayfair Mall.
It's going down.
What's going on with this? I mean, like, this looks like a funny movie. It looks like it's a comedy.
It's a Milwaukee comedy.
Right.
It's not your average, a lot of comedy nowadays are kind of like this Instagram comedy. This is actually old school comedy, like a Harlem Nights Friday type of feel. So which way is up? It's like a movie with comedy in it. So they're going to love it.
How did you get all these people to come together? I'm seeing a lot of different social media superstars as well on this.
Just over the years, promoting, doing parties, just connections, just saving them friendships for the right time,
Now, look, how many movies do you got, Steve?
I'm actually about on 6 for the shoots. I finished shoots. Got Trust Nobody 1, 2, and 3. Unfair Exchange, The Hole in the Wall, and I'm about to shoot Negligence. So at about 6.
You stay busy.
I got to.
Now, look, it's a strike in Hollywood right now with what's going on in Hollywood. Now, you still cranking out the movies.
I'm not sad.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you cranking out the movies right now.
Oh, yeah.
How does it feel to be an independent producer at this point in time where you starting to build up your catalog and you from the city of Milwaukee, I would take?
Oh, yeah, born and raised in Milwaukee.
Right, so born and raised in Milwaukee, and now a lot of people are viewing your productions across the world right now.
Oh, yeah, it feel real good. I always represent the town. I mean, it goes all the way back to the Cuckoo Cow days. We did my projects. They didn't want to shoot the video in Milwaukee. They wanted to do it in Chicago. It's like, no projects there. And I fought for that. I said, ain't going to be no video if they shot in Milwaukee. So, that was the first time. And me and Swift Salon, shouts out to Swift, that's doing these movies, it feel the same way. When I did my projects, I came in, I told people in Milwaukee, hey, we're doing a video, blah, blah, Skippy. And people didn't really believe it until they actually seen the big crane come on the block. And at the end of the video, the whole time finally came out and believed it. So us shooting these movies, and we're trying to give Milwaukee, we're trying to find that face of Milwaukee with the actors, just like Detroit got their face of actors.
Right.
I know they're here. We keep telling them, like, take it serious, go to the classes, come on out. People think it's, I don't know, they don't really believe it, but now it's a lot more calls starting to come as it go. But we really want people to know that this thing's for real. We try to make this the Black Hollywood of the Midwest.
Now look, you got Baby Drew starring in this movie. He wrote it. He starred. He brought this idea to you. You took it, turned it into a movie. What was the most interesting thing that you picked up with working with Baby Drew?
I go way back from before a movie. Like people think I'm joking. I never heard Goldfingers. I never heard none of the Country Boy stuff. First album I ever got from Baby Drew was Hand Rock the Cradle. And that's because I was in the Trapper and I had no CD player and I was at Flipside. I keep hearing about this dude, Baby Drew, and he gave me that Head Around the Cradle, and that was like a classic to me. Then I went on and heard other stuff, and one time I knew Drew was special. He gonna remember this, but one time, this was when Cuckoo Cal, it just come off my project, so he big. It's like a year after, some guys from Tennessee come in town. They called me looking for Cuckoo because they want a verse. Drew happened to be with me for some reason. So I said, yeah, I'll get Cuckoo for you, but you got to put Drew on the verse with you. We working Drew. I'm trying to spread different cities. So anyways, we go, and I'm in Drew here. I'm messing with him like, you get one shot. I'm telling you, man, you better kill this, man. I was like, man, you ain't going to never get on. So he kind of mad over there. So anyway, we get to the studio. The guys that see Drew, me and Drew just riding around, so we ain't dressed up or nothing. So kind of looking at us crazy. Drew walking back and forth. Cal get there. So Drew go first. We're on the internet, right?
We everywhere.
Everywhere. So
no, we live. We live. You can't cuss.
Okay,
yeah, we live. Yeah,
we
mainstream radio.
Mainstream says I ain't no cussing. So I said, he walking around the studio. He go first. I can't tell you what he rapped about or what he said, but it's the first time I ever seen the studio get shut down. The guy from Tennessee looked at me. Cuckoo turned around. He said, "Man, I can't go after that."
Oh wow!
That's the first time I ever seen the studio get shut down by a rapper. I said, that's something special.
Oh wow!
I talk about shut down where everybody could do their own raps. I mean, when everybody went to joking and laughing at him, to just admiring him and just silence the room.
Mountain goat. The mountain goat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Baby Drew, you want to comment on this?
I kind of, he just, I can't really add to what he said.
Right.
What he said was, I remember about it just as much as he just said. So, I do remember those guys not wanting to rap behind me or whatever, but I don't know what I said that was so, that was so prolific that made them not want to rap. So, but I guess, I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but.
And we hear now it was good.
That made the song. You have to stop the song from getting finished.
Hey, but check it out. Check it out real quick. For those of you who don't know who Steve-O is, I'm a Steve-O fan.
Right.
I'm a fan of the executives. Steve-O is like the brain behind a lot of really dope stuff that you see in Milwaukee. Yeah, the Cuckoo Cal thing that happened, Steve-O was behind it. When Baby Drew did the Disco Lady thing and the deal happened, Steve-O was there.
Oh, wow.
Ghetto Brown. I'd have seen 4 or 5 record deals come out of Steve-O's hand. And this is my man. I work with him. The man owns Ricardo Amor Tequila. He owns Midnight Love Wine.
Oh, wow.
When Reggie Brown and Young Twine had their boxing match, this was the brain behind that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. So you just back here, sitting back making it happen.
This is the mayor right here, man.
We couldn't get a deal. Old Ray Nitty.
Yeah.
University.
Which makes him
I still got him a deal. At the University of 13 down, I still got Ray Nitty a deal, too, for Bow.
Oh, wow. So we got the operator behind the scene.
Man, you got that dude, man.
Well, Steve, what made you go into the movies, though? Like, because it seems like you are transitioning as well as we talk about the 50 years of hip-hop. You were around during some of the founding ideas right here in Milwaukee with Baby Drew, Cuckoo Cal, things like that.
I started back with Mr. Do It to Death. We started a label called Infinite Records. It's probably the biggest label to ever come out of Milwaukee. Infinite Records was me, Big Hank, Mr. Do It to Death, Oz Nola, it was Mr. Lee. So that was our first thing we ever did, Black Mafia management. So doing music way back then, at that time it was with Ice Mode, Reality. I got to have Strix and people like that too. But I think we was like the biggest it did like on a label. Like we was a Death Row before, like around Death Row.
Right.
So just doing that music like that, and I've always been a lover of music. I went from doing music to like managing Boosie. Like you see Boosie like
right. You handed me a book, Across the Tracks.
Me and Pippi Ken. We
the memoir, the Boosie Badass memoir.
Yeah. Me and Pippi Ken did this. We are agents with Simon Schuster, the biggest book publishing company in the world.
Oh wow.
So I'm doing book publishing and
he's an excellent author also, and by no means are his movie average. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put that part in there. He writes a great book and a great movie.
Charles Burgess helped write this book, and Mr. Galena is part of writing the Boosie book, part of the team.
That's what's up.
So I always been Milwaukee.
You weren't behind Boosie Juice, was it?
I'm the one that created Boosie Juice.
Oh wow! I was feeling that energy.
Oh yeah! I started that whole thing.
Oh yeah!
The Boosie Cologne, Boosie Chips.
Oh wow!
All that. So yes, I was just doing entertainment stuff, man, and it's crazy. I was watching Herb Gotti on Drink Champ last night. As you know, he just sold his whole catalog.
Right.
And people was like, "You just sold the catalog, but you kept the publishing." He said, "No, I sold the whole thing because I started a new chapter in life.
Right.
He got like 100 million, something like that for it. So it was like myself. So like the music thing was great. I loved it. Music always in my heart. But this time with the movies, it's like more I'm betting on myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the whole Cuckoo Cow situation, really took a hit to me. You know what I mean? How it ended. So after that, I love working with Drew. Everything I do, I take Drew with me. But these movies are like more bet on myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm
This is something that you are developing a new chapter, and a lot of your movies are on
Amazon Prime and Tubi.
Yep. And a lot of people are watching these movies, Tubi movies.
Yeah.
You like running that over there when it comes to movies. It's between Milwaukee and Detroit.
Yeah, Milwaukee and Detroit. Trust nobody. You know, it's like number one's all the categories. You know what I mean? My man Swift's along with the circumstances. We doing our thing. But we team up with Detroit too, so ain't no.
How can people get in contact if they want to audition for any of your projects?
Oh man,
how are they contacting you, or you just got to contact them?
No, you contact me. I mean, you know people I know like Mr. Great Godzilla here. A lot of people come through him, Baby Drew. But on social media, it's just Money ENT. I'm terrible with social media. I try. Guys will be on me all the time. I try, but it's just Money ENT on Instagram and Facebook is Steve-O. It's just what Steve-O Love. Like
Hey, can I
Go ahead, Drew.
I just want them to know how important, before you even talk about auditioning, how important the training is. No matter how good you think you can act, the training is really imperative that you go get some training and some, you know what I'm saying, and take those classes, because it's a whole different breed of animal than just acting, you know what I'm saying, around your friend or in front of us.
And you took the classes.
Cell phone.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
I did and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was kind of a dropout. I didn't go as much as I should. You know what I mean? Because that was the time during COVID. You know what I'm saying? So they was really strict on the rules and regulations about, you know what I'm saying, the mask, this and that. It wasn't going as smoothly as they should have, and I kind of got, you know what I'm saying? So we time ran out, and I had to just go for it. But I did get some training.
Though you don't need the class. I mean, it's great to take the class if you can, but like myself, I'm self-taught, and like last night. 2 days in a row, like my man Swift pops came to me. He's like, "Man, you really can act, right?" I helped Swift one of his movies. I'm kind of like, okay, but then last night somebody was supposed to show up for a role, they didn't show up, so I just did it for him on the spot. And when I got done, one of the cameramans came to me and what was for real was like, "Oh, you could act your butt off, man. Like, oh, you good." And shot me, you know. I was like, because I would, you know, it's like guys, guys that you go in the room and you do your beats, and Jay-Z comes to you and be like, "Say, man, you hot." That's a different feeling. Like,
right.
You know, you might know, but
yeah.
It's like certified.
Naturals,
yeah. So I'm saying, if you believe in it, just do it, man. Try it.
All right. Well, before we go to break, hip hop turned 50. Baby Drew, I want to get your comments on where you see hip hop is right now in 2023. And Steve-O, also, I want you to comment on this as well.
I think in every sense in the word, I think it's in ICU. I think it's in danger of being banned again, and I think it needs CPR very bad because of the content, and the content is causing a lot of tragedies. So that's one thing that we need to figure out how to get our way out of it, because they so bent on keeping it real. Since Tupac got shot, it had nothing to do with a rap song. Tupac got shot and killed because of his surroundings. Scholar Rock got killed on mistake, but you know what I'm saying? The people that got shot back then. Now Biggie got shot because of the rap game, but all that other shit, he lying. He don't
it's mainstream. Hey, Baby Drew, it's
stuff. Baby Drew, stuff.
It's mainstream.
Okay, excuse me. All those other things, he lying. He not keeping it real. He don't do all that stuff he say he do. And then calling people to get murdered. We lose. Rap is the cause of some of the loss of black lives, and I think that's unfortunate. And I think the female rappers need to stop selling so much flesh. Like, because MC Lyte and Money Love and them, they was not talking about their sexual positive bodies and all that stuff. And I think they got more talent than that. And I think they could say better things. So I think that it's like it needs some help. And I think that it could still be saved, though. You know what I mean? If we do, you know what I'm saying? If we do the right thing and we wake up, you know what I'm saying? And we want to keep having more birthdays. So.
All right. Hey, look, I appreciate
and I apologize for my language.
Hey, yeah. I appreciate you for tapping in, Baby Drew. Steve-O, I want to get your comments on Hip Hop 50. Where we at right now in 2023?
If you look right now, this is the first time in a long time hip hop ain't been in the top 100 singles in a long time. They said, just like Drew said, that all this ain't no more that Godzilla big ain't creativity no more, and people scared to try something new and different. Ain't no songs no more. And some of the music's still good, but everything on that drill kill. Ain't no more happiness and partiness and love songs no more. And I think that's what we miss.
Love and happiness.
Love and happiness. Love and happiness.
Hey,
that's what we need. So I think I ain't gonna say it's going nowhere because it's mainstream. It's making a lot of money, but it's not as exciting as it was when the first 25 years.
All right, Godzilla, your birthday coming up. We got the movie premiere. Let everybody know the dates and the times of the events before we get out of here.
So tonight you got Baby Drew over with Cigarette Break at Mr. B's. Tomorrow night you got my birthday at Company Brewing. We over there at 10 o'clock at night, and I got Baby Drew, D-Shay AG, B Justice, Chi-Town Taurus, Alex Tacton, the Bev Boys. Shouts out to Jay Billa, whose birthday is today.
Hey, shout out to Jay Dilla.
Jay Billa,
yeah.
Whose birthday is today. D-Way, Legend Ty, Lou Hefe, MC Ronski, and my DJ, J-Dub. And Saturday night, me and Steve-O and Drew, we kicking it over at Mayfair Movie Theater. The film starts at 7 o'clock. You can get tickets on Eventbrite right now. You can get tickets at Bouchard's. And I'm telling you, it's funny. Steve-O?
Hey, get there early, 7 o'clock. It's a red carpet. We're going to tape it. We're going to enjoy each other. And Milwaukee, we're about to make history again. We said this with my projects. I'm saying it with the hole in the wall. This is a historical moment. Y'all come out. So y'all, like he said, y'all kick it out tonight. Y'all come out Friday. We're at Mr. B's tonight. Friday, we're with Godzilla. We're going to party and do what we do. It's an old funky fest. And Saturday, we're going to relax with some popcorn and nachos and watch history.
Are the tickets sold out for the movie event?
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
I have to check it on for the Shards.
How can we get them tickets ahead of time?
You go to eventbrite.com. I know it's still some on there for sure. And call Bouchard's on 76 in Capitol. And if you don't make it there, just come up to there. Might be some room left in there. We might do a second movie. Just come on out.
Run it back.
Hey,
look, I appreciate y'all for coming in. When we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
Dear hero, whoever you are, you save lives. I live with sickle cell and the pain and the issues that come along with sickle cell every day. I've had lots and lots of blood transfusions over my lifetime, probably in the hundreds. Blood helps me to be able to live.
My final tour was in Afghanistan in 2008. I was hit June 3rd. The next thing I remember, I woke up in Germany. The doctor came in and said, "We're going to amputate your leg." I had to get a lot of blood transfusion to stay alive.
Because of you, I'm allowed to see my son grow up.
Because of you, I got a second chance at life.
Giving equals living. Give blood. Replenish the supply. Make an appointment to give today by visiting hhs.gov/giveblood. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. While the NFL struggles with diversity in leadership, the Mountain West Conference in the college ranks sees diversity as one of its strongest assets. Gloria Navarez is Mountain West Conference Commissioner. She's the first Hispanic woman to lead a conference in D1 history, and only the second female in her role overall. She spoke to Bloomberg about diversity at Mountain West.
DEI is a very central pillar that is the common theme throughout our leagues. We have the most diverse board of directors, our college presidents in Division I. Our athletic director room, both in gender and race, our athletic director room is extremely diverse. Our head coaches' rooms, and so it feels like a very welcome environment.
At one of her previous stops in college football, at the West Coast Conference, Navarez was part of creating the first diversity hiring initiative for a D1 conference. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner. I'm the Black Business Beat.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I need a white horse. Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday at 11 a.m. for the debut of the Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness Show. Sherwin Hughes will be joined by representatives from CLAW to discuss the organization's goals for black women, and will examine some of the most pressing issues facing black women in Milwaukee. Again, that's the debut of the Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness Show this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Also tune in to 1017 The Truth this Saturday at 10 a.m. for another episode of Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection Show, powered by Molson Coors. We will play back some of the most informative conversations we have had with different community leaders, entrepreneurs, and business executives about the resources available to help your business grow and thrive. Again, that is the Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection Show, powered by Molson Coors, this Saturday at 10 a.m. on a new 1017 The Truth. Also, The Truth is now the home of Marquette University High School football. We have a great matchup between two good teams looking to get their first win of the season. Tune in this Friday night as Marquette Hilltoppers travel to take on the Catholic Memorial Crusaders. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Friday Night Football on The Truth is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Hey, joining me on the lines is Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute. Happy Thursday, King.
Hey, look.
It was loaded today.
It was loaded
packed.
today. Hey, we had everybody stopping through all these events that's going on. I gotta get a calendar.
For real, you need a Palm Pilot. Run that back.
Right. I mean, but so much talent in the city. A lot of these
so much talent
artists, a lot of these filmmakers. You know, a lot of these ideas that Milwaukee needs to build an economy that we can bring in the money so it can stay inside the city. And this is kind of the goal, that when we talk about the local talent, having avenues to create incomes for themselves in these areas, I see it forming. Correct. I see it happening.
I see it happening too. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you and everybody else. I mean, it was a long time coming. Like, it's long overdue. And the beautiful thing right now is the fact that, you know, you have people in the front who not about being a gatekeeper or being greedy or trying to rob, you know, these new starving artists, you know, because again, the past generations didn't leave a good example. They didn't lead by a good example, you know, where you got all of these DJs trying to charge, you know what I'm saying, these artists who are trying to just get on their feet, not understanding. Again, that's the I, me, and my mentality, that individuality of trying to get over on your own people. Because Milwaukee should have been, I'm talking about majorly been on the map, majorly been in the game, and had we had that group mentality, you know, Milwaukee would be, you know, what it's moving towards right now, which is, you know, showcasing our talent and competing with other spaces and places like New York, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these places that got put on the map, St. Louis, because they were, the city got behind those artists.
Right.
Milwaukee always had talent when it come to music,
Man.
movies, producing, you know what I'm saying? Like
Singing.
basketball with our children and their talent, like just everything. But again, that individuality knocks us out the game every time. And right now I think it's pivotal because, again, like I stated, it's our turn. And we need to understand that the group mentality, we have to Voltron this. We have to make sure that we're reaching out and making sure that these kids and these new artists have an avenue and that we're supporting them and making sure they have what it is that they need and not trying to slave master them.
Right.
You know, or allowing them to sign bogus contracts. You understand? Because one thing for sure and two for certain, all the big people that we do know got duped when it came to, you know, their contracts. Every black artist that we know, Tupac, I mean, you know, all of them died broke. All of them died broke due to, you know, how the system is set up to feed off the poor people. Because when you think about it, a rich man make money with other rich men, and they come together to make money off of poor people. So with that mentality in itself, we have to understand the fact that it's enough money out here when we're talking about the black community spend trillions of dollars in an economy that we own nothing in. It's time for us to rethink it. It's time for us to redo it. It's enough room. It's enough space. It's enough money for all of us to eat. And when we start to make those transitions, which we are, we're in the process of doing that right now. Like I stated, we in the front. We're going to support, you know, the new artists. We're going to Voltron. You understand? We're going to support, uplift, empower because, again, we're better together.
Right.
We're better together. And it's time for us to be in the mainstream game because anybody that's thinking about being better than the next black man or the black woman, you lost already. Because ain't none of us got nothing. None of us own nothing. It's time for us to put our minds together, our talents together, our money together, become a conglomerate, and start to really compete.
I agree. You know, and many times when we talk about being successful on a high level, a lot of it comes from the individual success. You know, I was able to do this. And then once they went broke, it was because they had no extra streams to keep it afloat. Right.
Correct.
So they got to the height, but then they fell as fast as they got up there because there was no base for the success. And we have to create that base for the success.
You're correct. Because what they don't understand, what we talk about all day, when you have the I, me, and my mentality, you know, in a so-called illusion of a democracy, you only one black man or one black woman in a room of 12 other groups, and you outnumbered. You have no power. You understand? You become what's on the menu now. And then the game that they play is they make us push poison to our community, push black women being over-sexualized, all these ideologies. Now we're waking up and understanding that these aren't even our thoughts. Now we understand that these groups, these music execs, pick the songs, hand pick them. Because if you're not talking about killing, stealing, raping, drugging in the black music industry, they won't push you. You understand? Like,
hey,
so
like I said,
this
Meek
is,
Mill,
another
Ice
reason
Cube.
why we need to do something different.
A lot of artists is coming forward and saying how they doing things, and largely it's connected to the private jail industry. That if you're not making music that will send a lot of people to jail, they're not going to put a lot of money behind it, because a lot of the music industry is backed by the people that own the jails.
Not only do they own the jail story, these are the individuals who are putting money on these black rappers' head. They get insurance money. If the black male gets murdered, they have insurance on him. All the contracts that he has signed don't move on to his family. Like, they're making money on top of money and then promoting this low vibrational music because they know we are vibrational people. And now that we know the tricks of the trade, it's time for us to flip the script and start to promote what it is that's positive. But again, the first thing we got to do, boots on the ground, is come together and start to promote and uplift and empower each other. Because, see, that's one thing that they fear. Because when we come together, they know that the black hand, the black fist, strikes a mighty blow.
I agree. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on the show, Elizabeth Brown, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday, 10 a.m. for another episode of Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection show powered by Molson Coors. We will re-air some of the best, most informative conversations we've had so far on the show. You'll hear from community leaders, entrepreneurs, business executives, and more. Again, that's Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Entrepreneurship Connection show powered by Molson Coors this Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
At Associated Bank, they know opportunity can't wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their community uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get funds in as little as one business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a community uplift loan and other business banking services. Call 800-270-7725. Visit AssociatedBank.com or stop by your local branch. Because you help build the Midwest and your neighborhoods, they got your back. Associated Bank, your money works here. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Melanie Ricks with her truth.
What's up, everybody? It's Melanie Ricks from Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. A thought that I have on my mind today: you have to put out the energy that you want to receive in return. I've noticed recently that I tend to have expectations for others that I don't also have for myself. For example, if I text my friend, I expect them to respond instantly. But if somebody texts me, I'll take my time and respond whenever I'm good and ready to. So why is it that I feel as if others have to get back to me right away if I'm not willing to get back to them? That's just one minor example. But when it comes to work, let's say you're feeling dissatisfied with your job performance or maybe with the atmosphere, what's going on with work. Perhaps so you're hoping for a promotion of some sort and things just aren't going the way that you want. Okay, so what are you doing to fix that? What are you doing to work your way towards a better work situation? What is the energy that you are putting toward your job, toward your coworkers? Even when it comes to family dynamics and other relationships, or perhaps encounters with strangers. What is the energy that you are giving to the people around you? And what is the energy that you expect in return? I sincerely believe in the law of attraction, and I very much do feel that what you put out is what you will receive. So if you are someone who feels as if you are not getting the best out of things in life, perhaps it's because you are not putting your best foot forward and you are not putting the best energy that you can toward those things. The law of attraction is real, y'all. I'm telling you.
Listen to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, weekdays from noon to 1 p.m. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming. Yeah, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming, we screaming. Yeah, we screaming, we screaming.
BlackOwnedBusinessGiveback.com is back. We have again teamed up with Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter of 2023. To sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC, joining me on the lines, Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. I want to get your final thoughts on the show today, Queen.
I mean, again, it was a packed day for The Truth. Powerful at the same time, and I mean, for me, it's validation that this is the new world, and we moving forward by our action. That love is the highest form of power that we have, and it's time for us to internalize it and then give it to each other. And I see that's happening. So I mean, again, it was validation for me. Powerful. I can't wait to see what it looked like when major productions and things are happening in the city of Milwaukee, because we have so much talent. We got so much to offer. And ain't no better time than the present to turn this thing around. Again, everything they told us was backwards. So we about to turn it right side up because it was upside down.
Hey, look, I appreciate you, Elizabeth Brown, for chiming in as usual. Hey, look, we got a lot of work to do.
No doubt.
And it was a blessing to see the talent that came through Hometown Music Thursdays today, Hometown Heroes today. Hey, hosted by Benjamin. Hey, look, I appreciate you for being on these front lines. And like I said, one day at a time, we can make it happen.
Hey, we getting it done, King. One love.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Tory, look for 1 to 4. Let's get it.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, I thank y'all for tapping in to the show today. Look, let's support each other. I say God gave us, and we all we got. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
One smile is great,